If you like the video, please consider supporting James Corp on Patreon. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Liminal, week 6 of 8. So we've only got 2 more weeks left after this game. I've got to arrange an interview with Dr. Mitch for interviewing him about Liminal. I'll be sorting that out in the next few days to sort out for the next couple of weeks. Other than that, we're going to be cracking on with the game. We don't need to do a recap because, well, we finished the story last time. If you're watching this on YouTube, do like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the heavily edited videos. But yeah, definitely, please, if you can, that'd be awesome. Right, what's going on in the world of Liminal today? I assume we're all in the office. Cup of tea?
Please.
Dr. Moore, cup of tea?
As I've said before, this is not a transport cafe. It's a wholly serious endeavour. I'm waiting for a delivery to arrive very soon. Not of cream, of books. I have been bequeathed a library.
Oh. So who did you manage to con out of a library?
I didn't con anybody. It was an old professor who taught me. And in his will, he's left me a rather spectacular selection of books of the occult, which we're going to have delivered and moved into this hangar today. I'm very much looking forward to it. More books about doors, hopefully.
There, we have no shelf space. Look.
That's what IKEA is for.
I was just going to say, I'm going to introduce you to some new phrases. Billy and IKEA.
Who's Billy?
It's a bookcase.
It's a name of an ancient Swedish troll spirit who was hunted down by a wizard. And in order to remain immortal, he sold his soul to the wizard, as long as it was always put into a bookcase.
Did we
ever? That's not in this book. What book is that in? I kind of want.
No, that's in the special book of instructions on how to put together furniture that I'm going to have delivered to you soon, along with a number of Billy bookcases to put my occult library on. Crack on, Vic.
Did we? I'm gonna be like, yeah, did we ever look up who Katshi is?
Who knows?
I mean, out of character, I did, but I have no idea if I did in character.
I think that may be something to look up in my new occult library that's being delivered once the bookshelves are built, Vic.
So what is
this? But who's delivering it?
Amazon. What does this occult library do then?
Well, they're called books, Samuel.
Well, I understand
what you do is you start at the front and you turn each page over sequentially and read them, and then hopefully through the magic of reading, some knowledge will finally chisel its way into your head.
Hey,
or alternatively, you can use the index, which is also a very useful thing.
Do you think there'll be books on the magic that I use that I could potentially advance my magic?
I hope there will be. We never know. Let's see.
Good.
I'm going to set the boggarts out in sort of chronicling them and then sorting them. Get them to earn their cream.
Are they actually capable of that? I mean, maybe building a bookcase, but do boggarts read?
Oh, I'm sure they can. If not, I can teach them. They're very clever. They're adaptable. They're very adaptable souls. If not, they can just stack the books from biggest to smallest. It's a start.
So, Kane, I've got a weird question for you. As you know, I've been leafing through the books we have. I've been trying to figure out if there is some sort of mystical connection, or if it's a song of power words or something. Well, the tune, because you have the alphabet song, Baba Black Sheep, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, they all go to the same tune. I'm wondering if there is some significance to that. Could that be fairy related?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yes, you can.
Have you ever encountered the internet? Go on YouTube.
Yes, but the internet's only good for
video for that one.
No, well, the internet isn't going to help me if I'm trying to figure out magical, mystical things. I don't know where to look. And as you know, I've only recently started to research this stuff. You helped.
Nursery rhymes all have the same cadence and beat because they are attracted to children, and you're looking into them.
I'm trying to see if there's some bigger meaning here.
There could be.
Can I have all of you make an awareness roll?
Is this a reactions thing, Sue?
No.
Okay.
I'm entirely failing to get into my.
9.
Awareness, you say?
Yep.
I would laugh so hard if all of us failed it and the person.
I got 11.
I've got a 10.
No, I haven't. I tell a lie. That was last
I
week.
got 6, which is rubbish.
Let me scroll down. Oh, right.
Oh, our will should recover, shouldn't it, as well? It should all be back up to
Yes,
top
you
up.
should refill your will points.
Oof. Okay, done.
I know my awareness was in fact rubbish. It's 5.
By the way, endurance as well, Sue. It's been enough time for it to heal up.
Yeah. You've all had some rest time since the last adventure.
Well, when you say rest, we've been having to look after fucking boggarts every day. No, you can't go over the road and get shit.
What's this we stuff? Kane's looking after him.
We're a group. We help each other out. That's the whole point.
Yeah, we now have a fridge that's incredibly well stocked with cream.
With a padlock on it, though. We've got a
Have we
padlock.
yeah, exactly. Have we introduced? Well, mind you, padlocks didn't stop them before, did it?
All right, it's in a safe.
Have we introduced them to the wonders of squirty cream? That's what I want to know.
What do
Anyway,
I know? What do I notice, Sue?
You and Vic both notice that there is a large puddle suddenly spreading from the front door.
Like into the office?
Yeah.
I scream, hag the books, and begin to start moving them to higher ground.
I thought we were still waiting for them to arrive.
No, just the current books.
Oh, well, yeah, true.
How
Is
are we
it raining?
flooding?
Now they've gone, is it raining, Sue?
No, it's not raining.
Okay.
Right, I think
It's actually quite a nice day out.
I think we're being visited by a certain river spirit.
Well, I'm going to still check that there isn't a burst main outside the front door.
There is not a burst main. What there is a very angry looking spirit of the river Nen, accompanied by someone in scuba diving gear.
Greetings, guys. Nen's here.
Hi, Nan.
Cup of tea.
There are so many questions, and I'm afraid to ask all of them.
What can we do for you?
She glowers at all of you, pushes the woman in the scuba gear towards you. She needs help. Deal with it.
Okay.
And then she goes stamping off back towards the river.
Is this the favor?
You hear a distant call of yes.
Done. What can we help you with, ma'am?
Cup of tea.
Oh, yes, please. I'm having one hell of a day.
Sam, could you beer me while you're in there?
It's fucking 9 o'clock in the fucking morning. You can't have a beer at 9 o'clock in the morning.
You want to
not
bet
be
at
9
5
in the
o'clock in
morning.
India?
To be fair, we don't know what time it is right now. But yeah, is this woman soaking wet, cold? Should we try and find a coat or something?
Yeah, she is soaking wet. Like I said, she's in scuba gear. She's clearly been diving.
Well,
Okay.
it's not really stuff you wear like around the house, is it? Really?
No.
Let's be frank about this. You know, you generally wear scuba diving gear when you go diving, right?
Yeah. Are you all right? We've got some spare tracksuits if you want to get changed.
No, I've got regular clothes down by the river.
Oh, okay.
Just had a bit of a moment.
All right.
Tell us more.
Where are the clothes? I can go get them. Will you tell these three what's going on?
Well, we should probably get back there pretty fast.
Oh, okay. One of them. Probably not time for a cup of tea then. What happened?
A dead body in the river. I'm a licensed police diver, so they called me in to get it out. I'm not supposed to be doing diving jobs. But not after last time. Had a bit of a moment at the bottom of the river.
Okay. why is Nen so annoyed? The woman who came with you?
She doesn't like people dumping bodies in her river.
Seems reasonable. I grab my med kit. I'm assuming the body is actually dead, but just in case. Everyone else ready to go?
Hang on. Before we go, though, you mentioned you shouldn't be diving.
Yeah, I had a bit of an experience up at Wastwater.
Sorry,
You
where?
ever go diving there, don't go past the gnomes.
Okay. I mean, we're going to have a little chat, but we can do so in the back of the people carrier. Oh, God.
Well, the river's just
It's
down
a
there. I mean, the
mystery.
I was going to
river's
say,
literally-
which bit of the river? Because it might be near enough to walk.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I just walked here. So
Ah,
half
excellent.
dragged by Nen.
Okay.
Yeah, I need some backup on this one, and there's not many people around. I've got one constable, and I can't take him off the concrete cow duty down in Milton Keynes.
Don't tell me that they're a cult too.
Oh, nasty business, those cows. Yeah,
What?
you've got to keep an eye on them.
Well,
He didn't think it's a coincidence they built them even when they put a new town there. Let's go to the river with my med kit and what forensic kit that I have that's portable.
What's your name, ma'am?
Oh, I'm Abby.
Hi, Abby.
Yeah,
I'm
Detective Sergeant Cartwright if you're talking to P Division, but yeah, Abby's fine for now.
so
you're
you're
from-
with P Division.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes it a little bit more easier.
okay, Abby. I'm Charlie. This is
What's your-
Vic.
What's your badge number? Sorry.
yeah, she reels off her badge number.
This is Dr. Kane Moore. Don't ever forget the doctor. And this is Sam.
Well, nice to meet you all.
Yeah, I'm also Dr. Samuel Laker. I got a certificate to prove it.
Clip.
You wrote doctor on a piece of notebook
I didn't.
paper.
I brought it.
It still has the
I
lines.
brought it off
Look.
the internet.
Yeah, never mind them. Let's go see this body.
Yep, let's go.
Oh, I guess I'll follow everyone out into the cold, down to the riverfront. I think it was just literally a stone's throw away, right?
Basically, yeah. It's about a minute along the road. There's a bridge over the river, and that's where this lovely picture comes in.
Oh, is that an island? That's very exciting.
It's like
I like mid-river islands. There's something cool about them.
looks like a thing where it goes like that. You know,
Oxbow
loop.
Lake or river
A
or
loop.
whatever.
not a loop, a U-turn.
I love it. An Oxbow Lake, the one thing all children of a certain age can remember.
yeah.
Formation of Oxbow Lakes.
Yep. It's compulsory, you know. It's the only thing you know about rivers.
I've also put in a Google Maps link to the same place
Cool. Oh, I can't see the link. Is that in the chat?
in Roll20 chat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So where is the unfortunate soul?
I'm going
That's
to
on the bank.
vaguely try and keep the forensics intact, so keep this horde back until at least I've had a first look, although I assume if he's been dragged out, that's destroyed most stuff.
Yeah, there's a small tent set up on the bank on the left side of the picture. So there's also Nen sitting nearby, projecting a general air of malevolence, which seems to be discouraging anyone from investigating.
Okay, can I examine the corpse, please? Well, after checking it is in fact a corpse, I assume it is. But,
It is very clearly a corpse.
right. Shall I do a forensics roll?
Is
Yep.
it male or female? That's generally the
Uh,
first.
Yeah, what you can all see straight away is that it's a guy a middle-aged guy, late Middle Ages. He's got long grey hair.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing jeans, but nothing on top.
Okay. Could we see anything immediately with the sight, Sue, before I do my forensics? Just want to check it's not a shapeshifter.
And nothing stands out on the site just yet.
Okay. I'm going to do a forensics check then. And I need to add in that into my medicine roll, don't I?
Yep.
And it's 2 for the skill. Huh. After all that, bonus for 5, I got 8.
Well,
So
that is
only
good
just above a critical fumble.
But yeah, it is a success. I'd say the first thing that you spot on examining him is there is a row of stitches up his abdomen.
Okay. Do they look recent, Sue, or old?
Yeah, and you would you'd be able to tell that they're post-mortem.
Oh, okay.
So a dead body is a dead body.
Yeah. So he's been examined already
They're
somewhere.
dead, Dave. They're all dead.
Someone's nicked the body and returned him.
It
Okay.
doesn't look like the Y incision that you'd get on a standard
Oh, okay.
forensic examination.
Yeah, leaving trousers on is a bit weird as well.
Yeah, and there's definitely something odd shaped about his abdomen as well.
So
Looks
it could be
lumpy.
someone's stitched something in or not.
Abby, how far did you get in your examination?
Well, like I said, had a bit of a moment.
When you say you had a bit of a moment, what do you mean?
A panic attack.
Hmm.
Yeah, got something wrapped around my foot. Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have taken this job. Anyway, I say not the first person I've pulled out of a river. I'd
Wow.
say he's been
With some
dead a
luck,
few
it'll be the
days.
last.
Not drowned, doesn't have the signs for that. It was really heavy though.
Okay. I mean, does it? Okay, if I try and feel his abdomen, does it feel like there's something in it?
Yeah.
So it's been something stitched into him. Okay, this is getting quite freaky. I'm just sharing my discoveries with the others as I'm looking.
I'm nowhere near this body.
Yeah, I am slightly worried for the alien moment. So-
Yeah, I don't need that again, Sue. I don't need another chest burster, thanks.
I'll lean over Charlie's shoulder and say, it appears we're going to have to open that up, doesn't it?
I think we might. I'm just trying to work out what precautions we should take before doing so.
Charlie, should we maybe open this up at your office, not
Well, that's what I was wondering, whether
here?
we should take it back to the because we've got a kind of lab.
Yeah, not our office, your office.
Yeah.
And like a small child at Christmas, just open the present.
I mean, we could X-ray it.
It's so twisted, Neil.
Or even how far, because we have got a medical kind of area, how far away is it? I mean, I'm not even sure B Division will let us move it, so is it nearish by, Sue?
Well, I think you can decide for yourselves where it is.
Let's say it's nearish by. So it's not the vet practice, but it's the place that we use for repairing. Are P Division willing to let us remove the body to examine it further?
Abby says, well, yep, you're officially contracted with P Division now.
Okay.
In this job, so
I'll stick my head outside the tent. Or Samuel, change the letterhead.
Yeah.
It's what?
Officially contracted with P Division. Get the logo on. We'll do it.
I'll do it in Photoshop later.
Okay.
Just like that certificate.
Before we move anything, then I'm just
Legitimate.
gonna. Before we move anything, I'm gonna just check pockets, etc., to see if there's any ID.
No, his pockets have been emptied out. There is nothing there.
Is he wearing a watch or anything?
No, the only thing you spot while examining him is that he does have a tattoo.
Okay, what's the tattoo of?
It's a wolf head and a pair of crossed spanners.
Okay, does that mean anything to our furry friend? If I
Does
call
it?
his attention to it?
No, I think that would be a streetwise roll.
I got streetwise.
I mean,
Holy mackerel! I actually rolled a 12.
woohoo!
I should say I got a 12. I rolled a 10. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just let you roll it, Vic. There we go. You can have a moment to shine.
I don't mind getting outshine.
So, yeah, with a 12, this looks to you like it's a motorcycle club tattoo.
Based out of
Okay.
where? Do I recognize the tat? How's that?
Not the specific one, but you've got a fair idea where to look. Unless you wanted to spend
Biker
a point
gang.
of will to make it a critical, of course.
Yeah, why not? All right, I blew a will.
Okay. So, yeah, obviously that your pack has been in this area in the past, up until unfortunate events, and you'd probably have some awareness of the other werewolf packs in the area. There is a werewolf pack who call themselves the Western Wolves, and they are very big on motorbikes. You're pretty certain that this is their logo.
And is there any way we can tell whether he's a werewolf? See, now that I'm alive to the possibility.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to tell when they're still in human form.
Right.
Yeah, maybe if you have a look on the inside, you might.
Okay. Well, I guess we need to try and arrange that. But I don't know how feasible. I don't know whether P Division have a suitable vehicle or not.
We can pull the camp. I'll jog back, get the people carrier. We can put him in the back of the people carrier and drive him to our medical facility. There you go.
That's why we have a big van. We even have one of those collapsible trolley things.
Are you the designated driver this week then, Dr. Moore?
Yes, I shall be. Vic is never the designated driver, as Vic has beer for breakfast.
Exactly.
And nobody would give you a set of keys for anything.
I don't understand why you don't have beer for breakfast, considering what we do for a living. By the way, I'm going to come jogging with you because you'll probably collapse jogging halfway back.
I have been under a different physical therapy regime, I'll have you know. I believe you call it working out.
Wow.
Working out maths.
Okay.
Exercise the body and the mind. All will be well.
Still.
Okay. Do we manage to get him back to our facility?
Yep. Yes, Abby has stuff like body bags available.
Okay, cool. I mean, do any of you want to examine the river? Well, I mean, I guess we could be doing that while all of it. Is there anything? I mean, where does Abby say she pulled him out, and does she think he was there originally, or that he's floated there from somewhere else?
Well, Abby says, well, I pulled him out right here, and from the weight of him, I don't think he's floated anywhere.
So what made you look here? Was it
P
Nen?
Division got a call from Nen.
Ah, okay, that would do it. Can I go and have a look at the riverbanks nearby and see if I can see any sign of anything.
Yep.
Is that another forensics or is it just awareness? Or
I think it'll be awareness.
okay, that's less good. All right. Seven, so that's no good. If I spend a point of will that make a difference?
Well, you're looking for something that is probably from several days ago, so it's going to be difficulty 10.
I might just. Who else is it? So Vic's gone, unfortunately. I might see if Sam can spot anything because he's quite good at spotting sneaky things.
What am I looking for?
Just any evidence someone's dumped a body here, or where they've come from, or
Sure,
when.
I'll have a look. I assume there's no modifiers, so
No.
not with that row. I'm not. There's
Okay.
a river here. Did you know there's a river here?
Okay, then I am going to spend 3 will to take it up to 10.
Right, so yeah, it takes you some time searching, but ultimately you do find some faint tracks that suggest someone has been here wearing some very heavy boots.
Heavy boots or just carrying a body heavy boots?
Could be probably a bit of both.
Right.
I'll nip back to the office and grab some plaster of Paris.
Yeah, so what you don't see is any drag marks.
Okay, so they are strong if they've lifted someone without dragging them, and if it's only a single person. I definitely want Vic to have a look at these before we cart the body off because, well, I don't know. I just think that it may be werewolf related. It seems likely. Very strong person who's dumped a werewolf probably, or someone werewolf related at any rate.
I'll come back with some plaster of Paris and like put a thing around the.
Did you bring Vic back with you?
Do I bring? I don't know. When I get what is Vic and Dr. Moore doing when I get back to the office?
Well, I was bringing the people carrier over so we could put the body in the body bag. 2 minutes. So I'm assuming we can all be back in the same place at the same time. It's not a great
Right.
keep the logic.
We might pick you up on the way. We probably got there, grabbed the mystery mobile, started driving back, and said, "Oh, hey Sam."
Yeah, we might well have plaster of Paris if we're inclined to do that sort of thing in the van already in our kind of detective kit. I might even have it in my forensic kit that I brought. I don't know. But I just want Vic to have a quick look at the footprint, see if it sparks anything off. And then we've also got Sam's favourite trick as well, up our sleeves.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to like.
We don't have to do it yet. We might want to examine the body first. We might not need it, but just worth bearing in mind. Vic, can you take a look at these tracks and see what you think of them?
I'll take a look, and without transforming, I'll even lean down and take a whiff. I don't know if I'm guessing that won't really help, but yeah, it's a shot.
It has been several days, and there's not really any scent here.
Okay.
Yeah, but taking a look at these books and boots even.
What am I rolling to take a look?
I don't think we need a roll here, given that you've identified the motorcycle club tattoo on the body. You're pretty sure these are motorcycle boots.
All right. And I'm only seeing one set, or am I seeing multiple?
One set.
All right. All right. I smell dirt. One person came. That's what I got, and seems like it's probably from a biker.
Okay. But could be a werewolf biker. I mean,
Or
it
it could
seems
just be a biker.
could be, but he's got the
For
same
all we know,
tattoo as a werewolf.
Well, the
One pack.
victim has
Oh yeah.
a tattoo of a biker gang. It could be a vampire. It could be a fairy. It could be just about anything wearing that boot. Right now, we have very little saying that this is even supernatural, except for the fact that P Division's already involved.
Yeah, why did they get? Oh, because Nen. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess.
The mystery lies more in why a dead body has had been cut open and then had something placed within it.
Quite. Let's
Mhm.
go find out, I guess.
Right.
So do we get back then?
Yep. So off to your medical facilities.
Right.
All
This
right.
ain't the vet, is it? We aren't going to the vets, yeah? We aren't going to.
No,
place of
this is
work.
our actual. We own
Ah.
some medical facilities.
Ah,
I wanted to spend some time with my friends in the kennels.
Can I X-ray it first, please? See?
Yep.
Do I see anything on the X-ray?
Yep. You see large round lumps.
Perfectly spherical or just roughly round?
Roughly round.
They moving at all?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
they're stones that have been put in to weigh the body down.
Yeah, we
Mm.
probably are at the point where we need to cut the thing open.
I think so. Okay.
I'm not ripping it.
Open the
You're cutting it.
present.
God, you are weird.
I'm going to go
Okay.
into the other room. Cup
I'm
of tea,
gonna-
anyone?
I'm going to gingerly start cutting him open.
Well, Sam is correct. He has been filled with rocks.
Okay.
Well, that is a disappointment and a half.
And they've definitely just been shoved in after. Do I think they've been shoved in post-mortem or while he was alive?
You're pretty certain he was dead at the point this was done.
Okay.
You say I'm weird and you think people are stuffing people full of rocks when they're alive and then sewing them up. Your imagination has some strange and dark avenues to go down.
I'm just checking.
So you have established that neither that nor drowning was his cause of death.
Okay. I'm going to start going through a proper post-mortem then to see if I can establish the cause of death. So I guess take his jeans off or cut them off, check for wounds, all the usual CSI stuff. Do you want me to make another roll, see?
Yep.
So if I do forensics again, that's the 2 modifier. 14.
Right, so that is a critical.
Oh,
So yeah, now that you've got him opened up,
Mhm.
it's possible to find the actual cause of death.
Yeah.
Yes, it was partly obscured by the way he was cut open to put the rocks in,
Mhm.
but he has been stabbed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Type of blade,
Right.
length.
Looks like something quite chunky, really. Some kind of
Okay.
spike driven right through his abdomen.
Oh, yay. Okay. Spike. Speary type thing or
Something
clawy
like
type
that,
thing.
yeah.
is it wooden?
Something spear-like, perhaps.
Okay. I mean, does it look like claws or anything animally like, or does it look
No.
kind of clean and
Yeah, it looks something clean and straight.
okay?
There's no traces of wood left behind, so probably not wood.
Okay. And now I've got him open. Do I think he's a werewolf?
Yeah, now that you can look at him properly, it looks like you've got a werewolf there just on the point of starting to shapeshift.
Okay. I'm gonna share that information with Vic.
Hmm.
Okay.
So do werewolves not regenerate then?
Yeah,
I
well,
don't.
if you stab them hard enough, they're not
No, I don't.
invincible. Um, what I asked Vic if he is more vulnerable when he's shapeshifting.
No,
Okay.
no. And I also don't, as you know, I don't heal any faster than a normal person.
You're just much
Well, that's-
stronger.
Well, that's the movie's lying to me then.
No, some
Um,
do, some don't. Not all werewolves are as strong as me. Just because I can take someone's arm off in an arm wrestling match doesn't mean all of them can.
Okay.
You would have noticed when moving the body that Vic is the only person actually strong enough to lift it.
Okay.
Anything special about these rocks, or are they just rocks?
They just look like local rocks.
Okay. So no
Something you might
carvings or
find-
anything in them.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So are you... Sorry. So are you allergic to silver then?
Vic isn't, no.
No more than you are.
Silver
So if you
bullets are
shoot-
bad because they're bullets. Not because of any other reason.
Bollocks.
No bullets.
What, were you planning on shooting me or poisoning me or something?
No, just my my belief system of werewolves has now been shaken to its core.
Okay.
How disappointed we all felt when we met you, as we'd all been, led to believe that boy mages were supposed to be some sort of, triumphant, intelligent things that fighting against evil, and then we met you with an obsession for tea and hands that won't stop stealing things.
Yeah, true. But then you can think about like all those magicians over the years that have wanted to steal power, right? It's no different. I just like physical things.
Okay, lads. Vic, how territorial are wolves? I'm assuming they're pretty territorial. Is this something where it would be better if you did come with us when we went to try and find his pack, or is it going to be worse?
Wolves in general are very territorial. So what do I know about this group for whether or not my presence would be a good thing or a very, very bad thing?
Well, it depends what kind of mood they're in, really.
Okay.
The fact that you're not coming in as part of an established group would mean that they're not going to get all annoyed about you.
Yeah. Considering the rest of my old pack is actually dead, I'm the only survivor. That makes sense.
Yeah, so they might see it as aggressive if you were part of an established pack, but since you're not, they won't mind.
Okay.
What's happened with Abby? Is she gonna be hanging around with us, or has she gone off?
Yeah, she says she's got cows to watch,
Right.
but to call her if you need her.
Okay.
But for God's sake, not for diving.
Right. Okay, so it strikes me that we could go and see this werewolf pack, assuming we can find out a bit about a bit more about where they hang out. But on the other hand, there's a very good chance that it's one of them that dumped the body. So although we'd be telling them about potentially a dead friend and pack member, they might have been the people. I mean, what do we know about? I mean, Vic, would you normally? Surely you'd have to be definitely in your pack's bad books for them to treat your body like this. I'm guessing.
Well,
I'm not convinced it was them.
It might not have
could.
been, but someone very strong held the body, so it could have been some other supernatural creature.
Turf wars happen all the time.
Okay,
Turf wars happen all the time. Maybe he was on the wrong side of a border, and another pack killed him and dumped him.
Well,
Could be a rival biker gang.
could be, and I think his pack has a right to know he's dead as well. So that would be
Yeah.
another reason to let them know. But I think we should
Um,
watch their reactions very carefully.
Abby's gone already.
Yeah, unless you're asking her for something specific.
Yeah, I was hoping she could run his fingerprints.
Well,
But
presumably,
if she's gone, I didn't think of it until she left.
but
Yeah.
I mean, I can take his fingerprints and email them to her or to our other contact in P Division. If we want to do that, that's easy enough. It's quick.
Is there a chair here?
Yeah,
in the
well, there's
room?
probably a stool.
I'm going to take the stool, plonk it down next to the body, and sit down, put my hand on the body, and just close my eyes for an hour.
Okay, well, in which case, I'm going to send his fingerprints off to either Abby or someone else in P Division, whoever I think I'm most likely to get a response from. And then I'm going to go and Google and see if this bike gang has a web page or anything, just on the off chance. Or even a tattoo parlors that have the tattoo on their list of things.
I'm going to hang around and just watch Samuel, because I'm actually quite concerned that he's going to try and divine the moment where somebody died, and that it might have a poor effect on the lad. So I'm going to be there just in case it all goes wrong.
Well, I'd
I'm gonna
imagine
go on a
it's...
Scampy Fry run.
I'd imagine it would be... I wouldn't be seeing it from... I imagine it would be like an out-of-body experience. I'd see, like, from... I wouldn't actually be seeing it through someone's perspective. I'd be seeing it from third person, right?
Hopefully.
Okay. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so my question is, who is he? And can I see the murderer who did it?
Yay.
And in the meantime, I'm just trying to track down on the internet this
Which is
werewolf
going to be
gang.
a Wheel of 4 challenge level 10 or Wheel of 6 challenge level 12, I assume. Unless there's more than 13 people.
Well, I think quite a lot of people know who he is.
Oh, okay.
So let's go for Will 4 challenge 10.
Okay. Right, I get nothing to this roll. Watch me fuck this roll. It's going to be Oh, 13, no?
Woo!
Sweet.
That is good.
That's not a... Is that a...
It's not a
Critical.
critical.
Oh no, because
difficulty
it's
was higher.
opposed. Yeah.
What's it? Hang on. Let me work this out. Right, so it cost me 4 wheel. How much would I need to spend to make it a critical, Sue?
You'd need another 2.
Okay, I'll spend the other 2. That's now 15.
Right, so you are going to have a horrific vision, and it is going to be in the first person.
Oh, I didn't want that, but okay.
Yeah, since it's the body that you're touching. Yeah, so you have a vision in which you are running along by the side of the river. You're not quite sure where it is you're heading for. All you know is that you're just trying to get away from your pursuer. You're trying to find a good moment to transform, but have foolishly worn very tight jeans today, which are really hampering the transformation process. And you're afraid of getting tangled up in your clothes at the point you transform, at which point you would be out of luck. Now, the person pursuing you, you don't have a particularly good look at them, as you're just occasionally glancing back to keep an eye on where they are. The general impression that you're getting is that it is somebody in motorbike leathers with their helmet on. They're carrying a spear.
Are they on bike or are they on foot as well?
They are on foot. They're easily keeping pace with you. You'd almost think that they're toying with you.
Okay.
You hear a somewhat indistinct voice call out your name, which obviously it's not your name. The name is Paul Webber. And you finally make the decision you're going to have to transform in order to fight, but then it's too late. The spear is plunged into you. And then you wake up.
What time of day is it, though? Is it daytime?
In your vision, it's night.
It's night time, okay. Do I catch a glimpse of the moon at all?
Yeah, there's a little bit of moonlight. In your vision, you can see pretty well in the dark as well.
Oh,
you can't really make out colours.
We already know that Vic can change at will and is not linked to the moon.
No. I'm just trying to work out how long ago it was. Like what night? Because moon cycles, right? That's what I was looking at. Moon cycles.
Yeah, from the shape of the moon, this was at least a week ago, probably slightly more.
Okay.
As I come to, I let out a scream because I've been stabbed by a fucking spear.
I will
Scampi Fry?
step in and grab him and hold him. And, there, boy, it's okay.
Vic, don't wear tight jeans.
Huh?
It might interfere with your change. Was it Paul Webber? Was his name Paul Webber?
Yeah, Paul Webber.
His name's Paul Webber. He was being chased by a motorcyclist with a motorcycle helmet. Look, let me draw a picture.
Don't.
What the guy looks like. I've already drawn it.
He had a helmet on.
He had a helmet on.
Did he? It did seem like a he though, tall and.
Well, some women can be tall,
tell.
Huh?
Yeah.
What did you say, Sue?
Yeah, you couldn't tell under all the leathers.
I couldn't tell under the leathers whether it was male or female.
Could you smell anything as a?
Could I smell anything?
Yes, you could smell dried blood.
Dried blood. And this was about a week ago.
Did you say something about a spear or no?
Yes. The guy that was the person in a motorcycle. No, I've drawn it already. It's too fucking late. If you look on Roll20, it's on there.
Have a look. Where is it? In the case notes?
No, on the map.
Hang on. Oh, yeah.
All right. So, James, did you show that in the stream for everybody to enjoy Sam's artistic skills?
Everyone even saw me draw it.
Awesome.
Okay. Smelling of dried blood. Does that mean anything to Vic?
Could mean anything. The only thing you know for certain is it means blood dried.
Fair enough.
What, the smell of dry blood? It's in the fucking title, right?
Yeah, no, I get that. I just wondered if it had any particular relevance, whether it would mean more to a werewolf than just generally being dried blood. That's all.
Lunch?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Aside from the spear wound, Sue, is there any other damage to this guy? Does he look like he's been in a fight or anything?
He looks in reasonable condition. He's got healed injuries that would be consistent with some kind of motorcycle incidents in the past.
Yeah, okay, but nothing recent.
Yes,
It would be weird if it was a werewolf without an injury.
Yeah, or indeed a biker.
So what we're looking for is the original Stig, yeah? Is that what we're looking for?
yeah, it's definitely a full face helmet.
When you say full face, what, open faced or?
No, closed.
Okay.
So did the fingerprint search pull up a? I mean, we know hopefully now it's Paul Webber, but does he have a record or anything? Did P Division send any information through about him?
It's taken them a bit of time.
Fair enough.
To go through all the bureaucracy.
And similarly as our search for any contact details or leads to the biker gang thrown up anything? Or do you want me to do I don't know, a bookworm or?
Yeah, I think that's going to need some research.
Okay. That's what I've been doing while James was doing his thing. Sorry, Sam was doing his thing. Okay, let me find. I just got to reload the page because it's not showing me the character sheet for some reason. Would that be education?
Yeah.
And can I use bookworm as well?
Yep.
Okay. So that's +2.
Okay, that was a 9, which is a success.
Yep.
So with a bit of internet research, you can track down that the Western Wolves are an actual motorcycle club in Northampton.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mention about werewolves, funnily enough.
Odd that.
They've had some occasional run-ins with the police. But yeah, more recently they seem to be keeping things more on the down low.
And are there any contact details, or from the photos, is there like a pub that they seem to hang out at or anything like that?
Yeah, it looks like they have their own clubhouse.
Nice,
Can we
James.
Can we work out where it is?
If you look at your map,
Mm-hmm.
you look slightly to the left of where Mystery Investigations is, on the north side of the A45, you might spot Western Fable.
So I just need to move all the other gubbins from in front of the map.
So it's a reasonable bet the clubhouse is somewhere in that area.
Okay.
Obviously, they don't like to broadcast exactly where it is, but it's a point to start from.
So guys, we could go and talk to the pack, assuming it is a pack. But if we do that, that means that P Division won't get a chance to do it for the first time when they eventually work out whose fingerprints they've got, assuming that he might have been in trouble with the police at some point. So it's just whether we want to potentially step on their toes and go and talk to them beforehand.
We're contracting for them. As far as I'm concerned, we're basically working for P Division right now. So forget their toes.
Is there any sort of protocol for one werewolf discovering another dead werewolf? I asked
Wait
her if it was a werewolf.
Wait 3 days before you eat them.
No need to alert their pack in case one of their pack members has been murdered. No rituals that need to be gone through.
I mean, I think we should, out of courtesy, tell them about their dead pack
Mhm.
member, but I don't know if there's anything more than that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I would like to go there, is to say, hey, this guy got killed, got thrown in a river. Let's, who did this? What kind of fights have you been getting into? Because I know you've been on the DL lately.
Okay, well, should we head out there then? I'm going to make sure we secure the temporary morgue that is our laboratory.
Well, are they even going to talk to us?
Well, if we tell them that we found Paul and he's dead, then they may not, but I think at the very least we need to let them know.
Okay.
But do we want to do anything else in terms of finding out what we're walking into before we head off?
Well, I could try and see if anyone knows who they are, or my contacts.
Your streetwisey thing.
Yeah, I could do that. Can I sue? Am I allowed to do that? Is that a thing?
Yep.
Yeah. Granted, most of my contacts are already dead, but I imagine I've got a few stragglers here and there. Mind if I do the same?
I assume
ahead.
lying low wouldn't count, right?
Not really.
Right. I got 14 though.
Right.
May I do the same, even though I know full well that the best I could possibly do is a 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
You might know slightly different.
Give or
things,
take 6.
Still a pass though. You might know slightly more werewolfy things, and James might know. Sam might know slightly more illegal habits things.
Right. So yeah, with an 8, you can get some basic information about the Western Wolves.
Okay.
They are notable for having been considered an extremely violent group in the past. But in the last 10 years, they've really toned it down. They seem to be keeping to themselves a lot more. They don't seem to have brought many new people in.
When did Vic's pack get killed?
We never determined that in game. We just said it happened, but we never specifically said it happened 2-3 years ago, whatever.
Okay, but it's not necessarily the same time. They didn't tone down because a pack got killed.
No, my pack got killed by the Order of St. Bede because we were too open about our wolfiness.
Okay. But that might have been enough to put them off. But yeah, okay.
I mean, you know how long it's been because you were there. You helped me.
I was there.
So with that 14, on the other hand, Sam, you managed to get in touch with some people who've actually spoken to members of the group, who tell you that one of their members was found decapitated quite recently.
Oh. How recently?
Let me just check my notes. Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
All right, 2 weeks ago. Okay, write that down. Okay. Anything else?
I think that's about it.
Okay.
Oh, you can also find out what kind of bikes they like to ride.
What bikes do they like to ride?
I will not be naming a brand because I do not know enough about motorbikes.
Harley Davidson.
Well, even in the UK. I don't know. It could be a thing. I've no idea.
Vespers.
When in doubt, if you're looking for a biker game, just say it's a hog.
Okay. Right. I just got off the phone to Barry the Bodger, and he said that one of their members was beheaded or
Decapitated.
yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Does that seem to fit in with the age of the body, or is it longer ago? I mean, we said the body was about a week old, but could it be 2
You'd
weeks
say
old?
Say slightly more than a week, but not as much as 2 weeks.
Okay, so a few days later. Mm-mm.
I think it
Okay.
definitely need to speak to them to see whether
think
they're
so.
being hunted down.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they've got a bunch of werewolf hunters on their case.
Could be infighting. It's difficult to tell at this stage, isn't it? Shall we go?
Yes.
Charlie, Kane, you're dressed way too formally. Go dress down.
I'll undo my top button.
I'll put my wandering around with cows in a field outfit on, which is
I may even unbutton my waistcoat. Is this informal enough?
No, we are visiting a biker gang who is known to rob people from Cambridge.
Good
You
God,
leave
man! I'm not going to roll my sleeves up for anybody.
you might want to leave your watch behind though, mate.
Seriously, you really do. You really need to not look so formal.
Virtually naked as it stands. You'll be asking me to wear a jacket next.
I kind of think it might make most sense for Sam and Vic to do most of the talking for this one. But it depends how they react to Vic.
Well, they've got 2 spaces open, right?
Oh, good God.
You can have your buggers. We'll have a biker gang.
They're going to eat you like a tin of chum.
I prefer predator.
They're wolves, not sharks. All right.
But pedigree chum is a dog food in the UK.
Charlie, you look good. Kane, stay out of sight. All right.
I could ruffle my hair.
You have hair.
That couldn't hurt. All right. I think we're ready to go and pop into the mystery mobile and boogie on over.
Sorry.
Can we stop somewhat short of where we actually think the clubhouse is so that we can approach with some caution? And when I say we, I kind of mean Sam can approach with some caution.
Well, I can approach without being seen.
That's what I was kind of hoping.
Oh,
But you might be smellable. That's the only thing I'm slightly concerned about. Because they're werewolves, not because you stink.
Both.
I was about to say, how bloody rude.
Well, in order for the smell to really take effect, you kind of need to be in wolf form.
Okay.
At least I do.
Let's go. What's the worst that could happen?
We could be clawed to death and eaten, I guess. Yeah.
I like how you said that, and then Sue smiled. You could all be clawed to death and eaten.
Hang on, before we go, I'm going to quickly print a card, a business card.
I think we actually ascertained we have business cards because they're sat in the top of
Yes,
our
but
roll
I'm going to
20.
give them a. I'm going to give them a business card with not our fucking address on it. Thank you very much.
Got you.
Yes, because the ability to transform into wolves removes their human capability of using the internet to search for things.
That's why we're now known as Keenan and I don't know, some random name that I've made.
That's it. There you go. That could be your gravestone. I don't know. Shall we?
Yeah.
What's your suggestion, Kane?
That we don't give them a business card?
That we specialize in the way that we do things, and that you, as a werewolf, speak to the other werewolves. Speak to your people in their own tongue.
Yeah, but I still think that Sam should creep up first because there's someone around killing werewolves. So before we send our werewolf in to see their clubhouse, we should check who's there.
And they've not got any spears.
Quite.
Feel free to deploy, Sam.
All right.
As we're walking out towards the car, I'll just be whistling, "Send in the clowns."
I will crap in your slippers.
Again.
Yeah, but this time I'm going to have 10 bean burritos before I do it.
I will put a lock on the dog flap and watch you ram into the door over and over again.
You
So,
realize you've seen me also run through the door. You've had to replace it 4 times.
Yes, I know, but it's well worth it.
Right, children, let's get on with this.
So we
Right.
deploy Sam. Can
What
you
do you
do your
want me to
thing?
do?
Just sneak up and see if you can see what's going on before we walk in to somewhere that may be being staked out by werewolf hunters
All right,
with
so
a werewolf.
I'd like to sneak up without being spotted by anyone, please.
Okay. Yeah, so it's taken you a bit of driving around to find the place, but you know what kind of bikes you're looking for, and after a while you find what looks like an abandoned pub that nevertheless has a remarkable number of bikes parked outside.
Those are the ones
Okay.
with the best beer.
Do you want me to roll stealth?
Yep. With
Do I
your
get
sneaky
sneaky?
bonus.
With
Yep.
what bonus?
Yes, your sneaky bonus.
Right, cool. 13.
Right,
Hold on.
well, you can get right up to the building without anyone spotting you.
Can
Great.
I
Now Sam's leaving me behind.
can I look in the old look through the old windows without sort of like casually like look in the windows if they're not too grey?
Yeah, they are pretty grimy, but you can just about see through.
No spears, is there?
No sign of any spears. It looks a lot nicer on the inside than it does on the outside. And there are a small group of people sitting around drinking beer.
Cool.
All right. Let me know when I get into the bar because I'm just walking in.
Hang on, I'm going first, so I'll come back to the van. Okay, Charlie, Dr. Moore. I think, Dr. Moore, you need to smarten yourself up and look like an out-towner. If you're going first and just pretend to be a... What are they called where you go on holiday? Tourist. Pretend to be a tourist, right? Go in there and just be a bit, pompous. They'll love you.
If you do that, I'm not protecting you.
Even I can see through Samuel's attempts at joshing humour.
They're just sitting around drinking beer. They're not doing anything in particular.
I mean, I'm assuming they looked like bikers in as much.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all in leathers. They've all got long hair. They're listening to Metallica probably.
Yeah, there was music playing.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go in, but I think you two should do the
They've got
heavy lifting.
I think they've got what's the TV show? What's it called with the bikers?
Sons of Anarchy.
I think they're watching Sons of
Hairy
Anarchy.
bikers.
They've got Sons of Anarchy on in the background. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
I think you two should stay in the car.
Samuel, I've survived dozens of freshers' weeks. I am assure you that there some gentlemen with beards drinking real ale.
This isn't
Leather jackets is not intimidating to me at all.
Dr. Moore, this isn't Freshers' Week.
Oh, the things I've seen. He says, just staring at the ground, shaking his head.
A lost child is not the same as a bunch of bikers getting in your grill.
Trust me, there's a lot more things lost during Freshers' Week.
Well, I think we could certainly get as far as the outside of the pub together and then play it by ear from there.
Right.
Well then, Victor, it's your time to shine.
Vic, we have been through this before.
Why are you talking to yourself?
He called me Victor. It's Vic.
Like to get him riled up. Get the blood pumping.
It's not.
Hang on. I'm going to be like, but the other week when didn't you tell me you're scared shitless of him?
Yes, I know.
Alright. Just keep prodding the thing you're scared of with a stick, yeah? See what happens.
I would say I like to poke the bear, but that would be a cross-species joke.
Shall we go?
Yep. Yeah, we'll go. The three of us and Kane's remains will go.
Well, I'll be like, well, at least we got a free arcane library out of this.
All right. So let's go in. I'm going up to enter. We enter. What do we see?
Well, as you go in, every eye in the room turns to stare at you.
I stare back.
You see 6 of them. Quite a reasonable age range on them. But there's definitely a certain look to them. They've all got long hair. They're all similarly dressed. Those of them where you can see bits of bare skin, you can see the same tattoo that you saw on the dead body earlier. The room itself is fairly nice. There's a bar with some real ale taps. As I mentioned, there is metal playing. There's various pictures hung up around the room, mostly showing bikes or people sitting on bikes.
All right. So of the 6 there, which one of them looks the most leaderish?
There's one guy who looks slightly older than the others, very tall and thin. And you get the impression the others are glancing at him for a lead.
Is there a barman?
No, there isn't.
Oh. Okay.
Damn it, because I could use a beer for this. Okay. Well, so much for the liquid courage. I'll go up to the 6. You guys know anybody by the name of Weber?
from the reaction you get from that, it's quite clear that they do.
Yeah, they found him.
Found him where?
A river. Why would somebody kill him with a spear, stuff him full of rocks, and dump him in a river? What are you guys into?
Well, the mood changes to one of pretty much grief. Someone mutters, "That's the third."
Third.
And then they seem to collect themselves a bit, and the one who's obviously the leader says, "Who the hell are you?"
Somebody who wants to stop it.
You see him sniff the air a bit. You looking to join?
No. No. But you don't have. But you don't have to be part of the pack to be an ally. You're being hunted. One decapitation. Paul. You said 3. I was only aware of the 2. Who'd you get into a fight with? Who was hunting you?
So the leader gives an angry look at the one who mentioned that there were 3. We don't know. He glances towards the door. Who have you got with you?
I'm
They're
going to
not
go
like
in at
us.
this stage.
Yeah, I'll motion them in. They're friends. Even the light-fingered one. No, I don't say light-fingered. I motion towards Sam, even him.
So 3 of the others stand up and walk over to take a good look at the 3 of you.
Would you like us to take you to him?
Oh, you've got the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like him back.
I mean, the police know about him, but
And when we say police, we do mean P Division. P Division found him, looped us in.
I've been doing some forensic work. We decided.
What shape was he in when you found him?
Well,
He was dead.
I'd describe how we found the body.
Yeah, we always said those jeans would be the death of him.
See, I told you, Vic, don't wear tight jeans.
Do you see me wearing tight jeans? Zip it.
Sure thing, Dr. Evil.
So I said you probably won't be able to take the body immediately because P Division may want it, but if you want to come and pay respects, you're welcome to come with us.
Yeah, we'll do that. So, who are you people?
But we do some forensic work now and again for P Division and some other investigation off the books.
So you're looking into this one then?
Yeah.
And frankly, we don't like too many dead bodies, so we would like to stop it.
Definitely.
We want to find out what's going on.
And if someone's around killing werewolves, then part of our family could be at risk as well. And I look at Vic.
And so a lot of looks passed between the 6 of them.
I'm focusing my attention on the alpha.
So do you want to make an empathy roll?
Okay. -2.
Can I make an empathy roll, Sue? Or
7.
that's not bad. It's -2.
Yeah, it's still not a success.
No.
So I just don't see anything. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
he's
blow
pretty
a roll for this.
inscrutable. He's hiding his emotions well.
Can I check, Sue?
Yep.
I have no idea what my empathy score is. I think I've got some empathy. I don't know. I'm trying to work out whether a bonus in animal sense would help, because it's intuitive. Can I use animal sense if I'm trying to, in addition to empathy, or not?
I don't think it quite applies here.
No, fair enough. Let's have a look. Oh, well, that's really rubbish. That's a critical fail.
Yeah, he seems very friendly.
Ah.
I can't wait to see you role play this.
Yay.
The other 5 are all looking at their alpha for a lead.
I'm gloriously oblivious and just assume that they're happy that we're around to help them.
And finally he says, well, if it gets justice for Paul and the others.
All right.
I'll be at the back, keeping my gob shut, as I've been told. Just watching them. This is terrifying, frankly. Werewolves terrify me.
If you weren't wearing your brown pants before, you are now.
It's all bravado.
So I'm assuming they'll want to come to a lab on a bike. So I just say they can follow the van to see Paul, because they're bound to be really happy about that. And totally not going to steal his body or anything like that.
So, Sam, posturing is everything with these people. So when you took the dig at me, I had to put you back down because you don't want to look weak in front of a pack of werewolves. That's why I did that. I do regret, but this is all in the van, by the way.
Yeah. I'm assuming they're following us on their bikes.
I do regret that, and I am sorry, Sam. I do have a lot more respect for you than what I showed, but this is how I want to get us all out of here alive. By the way, the Dr. Evil quip was pretty good.
I'll throw my head, like turn around and probably drive and say, don't apologize to him for being rude to him. You'll get used to it. How can we have our sport if he thinks that we actually feel sorry for him?
I'm just like,
There's
well,
a
they were
limit.
lovely. I don't know what we were so worried about.
Cross them. You'll find out. All right. I assume we get there.
Yep.
Incident free. So
Yep.
cool. We led this pack of werewolves who were hiding our name from straight to our lab.
Yeah, but luckily our lab is not our headquarters, and I think they're on our side anyway, so I'm not in the slightest bit bothered. That's why I invited them. Plus, generally, I feel like they should be able to pay their respect.
Mhm.
So, yep, all of them head in to take a look at the body.
Okay.
Yeah,
I asked them if they've got any questions for me.
yes, the alpha asks, how did he die?
Looks like he was stabbed with something like a spear.
I will pipe up and describe exactly how he died, being that I fucking witnessed it.
Okay.
You might even feel a phantom wound in your stomach from it. I know that was a pretty horrendous experience for Sam.
I think as you're describing it, you probably would remember what the pain felt like.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was like a stabbing pain that hurt like nothing I've felt before.
So they all spend some time paying their respects.
And I'll quickly explain to them that I will explain to them I have an ability that allows me to see things in the past, and unfortunately, I was able to witness the murder of their brethren from a first before they start thinking it was me that murdered him. Basically,
Trust me, they don't think that.
Yeah, the way they're looking at you, they clearly don't think you're capable.
You might be capable of killing someone, but they're not going to think you're capable of killing them.
well, that's how arch nemesis, masterminds get you, ain't it? A false sense of security.
So can you tell us what happened to your other members of your gang who died?
So, yeah, the alpha nods. Yeah. Mary died 4 days ago. I thought it was an accident.
I take it if you thought it was an accident, it wasn't the decapitation.
No.
Was she
her
knocked
bike
off?
caught fire.
Are you fighting with anyone at the moment?
We haven't fought anyone in a long time.
So you're not aware of having angered anyone in particular?
No one we can remember. Or we'd be dealing with this ourselves.
Anything coming from the Jaegers?
Yeah, we try to keep away from them. We're not interested in joining.
Smart. Does that mean they're keeping away from you?
Well, who knows?
Is it
Doesn't seem like their style, though.
has Mary been buried yet? Is it possible for me to take a look at her?
You can do, yeah.
And what's happened to her bike? Have you still got that?
Yeah, we've got the remains.
Would you mind me taking a look to see if I can pick up any clues?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So,
Yeah, he gestures
What?
to one of the others. Yeah, send the address of the funeral home.
And where's the bike?
Yeah, got it at the clubhouse, around the back.
I mean, I'm guessing the bike's actually going to be more useful than the body, because if she did just burn up and the bike was set on fire, I'd probably want to have a look at the bike first. But I don't know if we want to do anything else while they're here.
Are they being genuine? Are they genuine, or are they hiding something?
We an empathy roll.
Well, you can't do
Awesome.
worse than me.
I could, because I'm at -2.
Yeah,
Come on, 0.
I got an 8. And that's
Oh.
with -2. Did I need a 9 to succeed, or would I need more?
No, that is a success. Only just. But, yeah, the general grief about the death and concern about what happened to the other one is clearly genuine. But you get the feeling the alpha is hiding something, even if the others aren't.
So what happened 10 years ago to make you be a little less vocal?
I'm gonna look at his shoes. I'll just look down at his feet.
There, he is wearing biker boots.
Yeah, but are they the same size as what we found?
No, they're not.
Okay.
I'm gonna go take a look at the bike and then go to the funeral home. I don't know if anyone wants to go with me or not. But that's my plan.
I should probably come with you because you're going to need some sort of protect. Well, hopefully you don't, but protection's a good idea. But still, what happened 10 years ago?
You asking them?
Oh yeah, I'm asking the alpha straight up, point blank. I'm looking straight at him.
Yeah, he's pretty surprised by that question. What do you mean 10 years ago?
You used to be not well. The Western wolves used to be they used to be more feared than they are now. It's not the right word, but well, hell, let's call it as it is. You used to beat a hell of a lot more people up 10 years ago than you do now. What changed?
Can you make a charm roll?
I can roll charm, but I don't know if I can make the roll. All right, -2. 7.
Yeah, he is not impressed. Thought you were going to help us out with these deaths, not.
Oh, I am. I'm trying to figure out who your enemies are. Got somebody moving in on your territory. It's probably something like that. You're trying to move into someone else's territory. 10 years ago, something happened where
Someone
you might
holds a
have an
grudge.
enemy that's coming up. Yeah, somebody's holding a grudge. So yeah, I want to help you. I want to stop all this shit, but you're hiding something.
Change of focus, that's all.
Really?
Yeah. Too much trouble with the police. Not enough time to do our own thing.
That makes some sense. What's the change of focus to?
Spend more time with the bikes.
There's something to be said about the open road. I do miss that. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at the bike unless anyone has anything else they want to do.
I'm going to go with Charlie.
So I drive back over.
Yeah, well, drop me off at the base. So I want to look some stuff up.
Okay. Sam,
Cool.
where do you want to go?
We're leaving Sam all alone with six angry bikers
No, we're
And
not.
a dead body.
and a dead body.
Sam, what do you want to do? Do you want to go back with
I'm going to go to the
Kane or-
library. I'm probably not the best person to do it, but I'm going to go to the library.
Okay. Do you even know where the library is?
No, where is it? Let me have a look.
We've got a very good occult one that's just turned up this afternoon. It's
I
in
don't want a
boxes.
cult. I want more. I want to have a look at more mundane stuff.
Okay.
It'll be in the town centre then.
Where's the town centre?
Or there's a more local one in the shopping centre.
I'll go to whatever the local one would be.
I drive a slightly circuitous route and drop the people off wherever they want to be dropped off, and then head off to look at the bike.
The Western Wolves have got their own plans involving preparing for a memorial. But they do show you where they're keeping Mary's burned bike.
So did any of you see what happened, or did you just find her?
No, we didn't see it. She was out on a ride.
And was it far from here or nearby?
Oh, she'd headed up north, up towards Welford. She did that a lot at the weekends.
Welford. Is that local?
Yeah.
How
Did you
about
have
the
a-
other two? How about the other two that are gone? Did you spend much time up there? What if it was those three and not just because they're part of your family? I wouldn't take the bet.
So we've got Paul and
Right.
Mary. Who was the person who was decapitated?
Unnamed so far, unless Alpha here is going to tell us.
His name is Vic.
Right.
Did you plan that?
I did not. Yeah, Vic Lewis. He was found 2 weeks ago.
Where was he found?
Down south of from the Aquadrome. Best
And
guess is someone strung something across the road.
oh, okay, like piano wire or something. And do the police know about them? I mean, I
Yeah.
assume they know about Mary. Do they know about Vic?
Yeah, they're the ones who found him.
Right. I'm gonna call Abby or I'll contact in P Division to ask if they can send the files over for Vic. And meanwhile, have a look at the motorbike.
Okay, so it'll be technology for examining the bike.
Oh, yay. Could I use forensics? It's not really
Yeah.
that kind of thing, is it? Okay,
It
so I
kind
have,
of is. So you can add your forensics bonus onto your technology roll.
okay, so I have Jack of all trades, so that counts as 0. So does it automatically take 2 off for? Because it won't know I've got Jack of all
No, it
trades, will it?
doesn't.
It doesn't, that's fine. Okay, so I can add 1 for the forensics.
That'll be +2 for the forensics.
Oh yeah, of course, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yep, 13.
Yeah, so yeah, this bike has clearly been burned.
Mhm.
You'd say that it's probably the petrol tank exploding and catching fire. But as you examine it, you can see that this bike was sabotaged.
Okay.
It's been extremely well done. Unless you were actively looking for it, you wouldn't have spotted it, even if you were a pretty experienced biker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever did this knew what they were doing.
Okay. I'm not sharing that with the rest of the pack at the moment. So I mean, our pack, yes, but not the bikers. because it's got to be someone who knows what they're doing with a bike that's done it. So, okay, so I just sort of finished my examination, thank them. Do you know where she normally kept her bike?
Well, yeah, either here or in her garage at home.
And is that in Welford or is that something else?
No, she lives in town.
Okay. So what was she going to
Good.
Welford for?
It's a nice ride.
Okay. And was that where she was going when she got into this accident or the fire broke out?
Yeah, from where it was, it looks like she'd well, been up to Welford and was on her way back.
Okay.
Who knows who knows your family almost as well as their family knows themselves? Here's what I'm seeing. You have one person who was decapitated probably while riding the bike. So whoever it was knew they were going to be on that stretch of road at about that stretch of time. Somebody else had access to, someone had access to one of your bikes. And the third was someone knew where to find Weber, chase him down and kill him. That last one is actually probably the most vague, but the other ones are very specific. Who knows you guys better than you know yourselves, or as well as you know yourselves?
They all look at each other. Well, nobody.
Well, does that mean one of you are doing this? I'm looking straight at the alpha when I say that too.
That just seems to piss him off.
I'm good with that.
Has anyone left recently or been chucked out?
Had no recent changes. He gives a meaningful look to the others, and everyone knows the consequences of going against the pack.
Well, I asked Vic if he wants to say anything more, but otherwise we could go and check Mary's body, although I'm not really expecting anything from that, other than the fact that she was caught in an explosion.
Yes, the alpha ads are looking at Sam, the only person.
Sam's not there.
Okay, so not looking at Sam then. Yeah, the only person who we know could be watching us like that. It's your friend who just described our friend's death.
Fair enough, but he was with us. As much as Kane wishes otherwise, he was with us.
Speaking of which, back at the base, I've got a slightly different line of investigation to follow. Beheading, impaling, burning. I'm wanting to do some cross-referencing with P Division about the sort of ways that the Order of St. Bede would hunt down a werewolf pack. Because these sound really mundane ways, whilst werewolves aren't Kane's speciality, I know enough about them to know that they tend to just bite and claw each other. So if mortals are trying to take down a werewolf pack, what I'm trying to find out what the tactics are that our friendly paramilitaries would use, or maybe even P Division themselves.
I will probably have texted you with my motorbike findings. Even though I haven't said anything to the gang itself.
Yeah, Sam was at the library, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Right, so what kind of things are you looking into?
Me, I'm going through newspaper records about 10 years ago, see if there's anything about, obviously not being a werewolf pack, but anything about this biker gang.
Okay, so do you want to make an education roll?
No, because I haven't got much in education. But sure. I've got 0 in education. Definitely did this the wrong way. Okay, I'm at -2. Awesome.
Wow.
That is spectacular.
Man, your art is beginning to look better.
Although it still wasn't a critical fail.
It would help if you weren't looking in the children's section.
No, I just don't know how to use these microfilms. I have no idea. I just give up and go out. I'll just leave. I'll just go, nope, and just leave.
Yeah, and the librarian is like, why was he looking at the microfiche like this?
Yep,
I suspect the internet might have been a better source for you.
I'll just leave it. I'm just gonna walk back to the bloody office.
I can't believe Neil left that one alone.
When I eventually get back and Dr. Moore's there, I'm like, I don't get libraries.
Oh dear. We have got some work to do, don't we, Samuel?
I was trying to look up newspapers, but I couldn't read the film on the negatives.
Oh dear God. It's called microfiche.
I don't know what that means.
I know.
I asked the librarian if I could get some photocopies, but she said something about a machine. I didn't really understand, so I left.
And again, I know. Still, shall I make my investigate roll to see whether I could?
Yep, you're looking into mortal werewolf hunting activities.
Indeed. What we're doing? Education?
Yeah.
With bookworm?
Yep.
Woohoo.
Right, so yes, stuff about the Order of St. Bede is reasonably hard to locate, but it's out there if you know where to look. Yeah. General advice for the Order is that you do not engage a werewolf in close combat, as it tends to end badly.
Can I spend 2 will to turn that into a critical?
I'm not sure you'd really learn any more with a critical at this point.
Okay, then I won't.
So you tend to go in long range rifle with silver bullets just to make sure.
Right, so it's a military strike technique, not a tricks and traps.
Yeah.
I thought silver wasn't there. I thought they weren't allergic to silver. I'm confused now.
They can be, but they're not necessarily.
Samuel, do you know how you can see the future? And yet, the past. You can see the past, but the young girl who somehow you may have as your apprentice, God help her, can cause people to shrivel and die by using the spirits of the dead. And how they're different.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same with werewolves. Some of them are weak to silver. Some of them aren't. Some of them can't change until the full moon. Some of them can. They're all different. It's a myth that they're all the same.
Oh.
You learn that through books.
Oh. So what you're telling me is Buffy the Vampire Slayer lied to me.
Oh, we're back to this again, aren't we? Yes. Buffy the Vampire Slayer lied to you. Oh, you are such a piece of work. Like a beautiful piece of clay that I could mold into something much better if only I didn't want to punch you every time you opened your mouth, Samuel.
Yeah, true. True.
Anyway, I don't think it was the Order that's doing this either, which makes things rather bizarre.
Well, I was trying to look, like I said, I was trying to look up newspapers from about 10 years ago, see if there was anything mundane that could have been picked up, anything about the motorcycle gang. I couldn't find anything.
You went to a library to find out things that happened 10 years ago in a newspaper.
Yeah.
You are a unique young man. You truly are. Let me introduce you to some new technology called the internet and a search engine. Let's see, shall we? I'll whip up and start going, let's go through the newspaper archives and find out if there's any sort of shenanigans happened 10 years ago in the local area that might actually be reported tangentially as, man bites dog type stuff that we go, we know what sort of dog that was.
The problem is you used webcrawler.com, not like
Ask
Google.
Jeeves.
Should I do another investigation roll, Sue?
Yep.
There you go. There's your 13.
Right. So, yeah, with that 13, what you find out is that there's nothing particularly that flags up 10 years ago in Northampton. However, you do find a record of a mysterious death in Bristol at about that time, where it's reported that somebody appeared to have been mauled by huge dogs, but with no evidence of where these dogs came from.
Who was that person?
His name was Martin Asher, and it is noted that he is from Northampton.
Aha.
Yeah, but he'd moved away about 8 years earlier.
As they say, is afoot. Does Mr. Asher, or did Mr. Asher, have a family?
Yes, he had a son.
And what's the son's name?
Kevin.
The werewolf tribe is being hunted down by Kevin. If I was werewolves being knocked off by somebody called Kevin, I would go and throw myself into the sea straight away. Okay, and what does Kevin do? Can we search for Kevin? Is Kevin about? We know our normal look on Facebook, look on Instagram.
So, yeah, Kevin has an Instagram. He's a budding artist.
Not a taxidermist or something like that. What sort of art does he do?
Well, graffiti type art, but legally.
Ah. Does he have an exhibition or anything on? Is it a...
No, he is a student at the moment.
Oh, is he now? It's always the bloody students, isn't it?
Well, I get to tackle someone again.
Okay. Well, that's interesting, Samuel. Not that I'm suggesting that Kevin Asher is the murderer, but motive exists at least.
True. Where can we find this, Kevin?
Well, he is a student.
Where?
I just realised I forgot to define that in the adventure. So I think for the sake of convenience, we'll decide that he is at the University of Northampton.
Right then. Oh, well, Samuel, we're going back to school. We're going to the art department at Northampton University.
Oh no, I flunked art.
Pardon?
I flunked art.
Did you?
Yeah.
Here, I just thought it was some sort of interpretation that we'd not met before.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at the life drawing, so I was better at sculpting.
There's so much of that sentence is redundant. So I wasn't very good. You could have just left it there.
Okay, do it on your own. I'm just going to stay here.
Now, after all these years, all these months of working together, now is the time you started being Mardy. Don't worry, I'll leave you here with the Boggarts. You can entertain them.
They're not my responsibility.
They are now. Or you could come with me.
All right, I'll come with you.
Good. Because I'm about to go to Northampton University, and frankly, it's making my skin crawl.
How are we gonna? We're gonna have to get the bus or something, right?
Yeah, because I have the car at the moment. Or you could see how close I am to finishing up. I don't know.
We'll get a taxi.
That's expensive, though.
I know this is your sole route of income, but I do actually have money I can spend
I
myself.
could just steal a car.
No, you're not stealing a car.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
Yes.
Samuel. We're following a lead.
Should we leave a note for the others just in case? I will text them.
Yes, well done. You're grabbing the technology thing now.
Hi, Sam here. We are
Hiya.
heading to the University of Northampton.
How close are we to finishing up, Sue? Is it worth us trying to meet them there?
Yeah, I think you've got time to meet them there.
I'm assuming that we don't find anything other than Mary was in a fire.
Yeah, she was. It's clear she was burned to death, and obviously it would have looked like an accident.
Yeah, I mean, given that I found that the cause of the fire, I'm just sort of double checking there's nothing really obvious wrong with her in addition.
Yeah,
And then
she's
I'm gonna
pretty much what you're expecting to see.
Yeah.
As I read the text, I say, Charlie, here's the £5 I owe you. It looks like you can spell university.
well,
First, I wouldn't say university, it'd be uni, UNI. And secondly, whatever. I don't want to play anymore.
I rumble over to the university, meet up with these, and head to the art department.
Can we just wander in then?
well, I'm sure Dr. Kane's been flashing his Cambridge University card and making the most of it.
In this particular liminal world, the world without GDPR, I think, yes, you probably can just walk into a university campus.
I mean, you can walk into large chunks of university.
Yes, they're not locked down facilities, are they?
GDPR exists. It's just not enforced in this world.
Very like ours, then.
So yeah, the accommodation blocks are pretty damn secure, but the general teaching facilities tend to be quite open because the students are wandering in and out all the time. So yeah, anything like a computer lab with easily stealable stuff is going to be a bit more locked down, but just getting into the building generally shouldn't be a problem. I have no idea if this is actually true about the University of Northampton.
Chances are.
We'll assume it is for the sake of the adventure. It's also right next door to Avon Cosmetics.
So yes, we'll go to the art department and ask around a few students, saying, does anybody know Martin Asher? We're here to talk about commissioning him to do some work.
It was Kevin Asher was the...
Kevin Asher, that's it. Well, Kevin Martin. Dead body, live son, who knew?
It is a bit of trivia. Kevin's my fake name.
What, for your job?
Yeah, when I'm at work and I don't want them to know my name and they go, hey, what's your name? I go, my name's Kevin.
Well, now all the millions of people who watch this stream will know.
Oh, yeah, 'cause there's all the 5 people, 6 people who are watching this stream, plus the 5 people that watch the YouTube VODs. So we're on to double figures. Ho, ho, ho.
That's
People
assuming
know.
the same people don't watch both.
True.
Hey, my internet fans are well into the zeros.
I'm not far from that. Anyway, sorry. Bit of weird trivia.
Yeah, Kevin is apparently out at Asda at the moment, but we'll be back shortly.
Is there any, I mean, I don't know how likely this is, but is there any way we can, is there any evidence of his art around, or photos of his art, or
Yeah, there
anything
are
he's
some
working
pieces
on?
up on display. Yeah, see, Kevin's friends are quite keen to show them off. Now there's the possibility of a commission.
What is the art? What's the topic or subject? You know, are we? Because if we're talking a subject of a dead body, that's one thing. If we're talking a building, that's a totally different thing. You know.
Well, quite a lot of the artwork is stylistic writing.
Cool.
Any
all
of it
we-
in?
Yes, his preferred theme seems to be taking very twee words and making them look kind of metal.
Pumpkin.
Yeah. Sparkle.
I'll ask the students that are milling round. I'll suggest that what we're wanting to do is that it's going to be commissioning for getting like decals across cars and motorbikes. Just dropping it in just in case one of them, you know, to sort of lead on to the possibility that they might go, oh, Kevin's really into motorbikes.
Yeah, one of them does pipe up. Oh yeah, Kevin will be really into that. He says his dad was a biker.
Really? Oh, well, that was useful. Was a biker. Not bike anymore.
Oh no, he said his dad died years ago.
Oh, no. That's terrible. So who's brought him up?
No, he
I'm
was
sorry, I'm overstepping here. I mean, I don't even know the boy, but that's a terrible thing to happen.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say anything else. It's a bit rude, isn't it? Talking about someone when they're not here.
Absolutely, we wouldn't want that from such an auspicious institution as this.
Yeah, he gives you a bit of a sideways look at that. Might be detecting just the faintest hint of sarcasm.
I'd hope so. It just about knocked him over.
So where was Kevin again?
Asda.
He was at Asda. We're literally waiting for Kevin to get back from Asda.
Unless we want to send James off to his accommodation.
Who?
Oh, not again.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, Sam.
Do either of you mention the alphas blaming me for murdering their pack member? I don't know if that might be kind of important to mention that.
I don't think I'd have thought of it, mostly because I
No.
think they're lovely guys.
I wouldn't have thought of it because everybody knows that I know it's
Awesome.
completely BS. So
Awesome. So if I end up dead,
then I will have died protecting you.
no, because you wouldn't know it's happened. Whatever. Fine.
Then I'll die avenging you.
I mean, I'd argue living avenging you would be a better option, but
Well, then my vengeance was complete, but let's be real. It's 6 against 1.
I'll continue to prod around the department, sort of looking at the art and critiquing it with no appreciation whatsoever, waiting for the boy to turn up.
I expect you know what you like.
Yes, anything that isn't here. All this modern rubbish. It's
What if it's not musty? You're not interested.
I love must.
And Swede.
Give him a musty tweed jacket, and he's good for a decade.
Exactly.
I'll turn around and go, is Asda far away? Is he
just
building
around the
it?
corner. Yes, it takes about half an hour before Kevin finally shows up.
What does he look like?
He's short and stocky.
So not our spear killer, then.
Well,
Does he seem
Sam's
like-
got the best edge on judging that, but yeah, definitely looks too short.
I'm gonna nudge Vic and ask whether he thinks he's a werewolf.
What do I think?
He doesn't particularly look werewolfy.
Doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been too young, even if his dad was a werewolf.
I'll run my
Well,
eye. Sorry, go on.
Just because somebody's parent is a werewolf doesn't mean he is a werewolf. Besides, you know how much time I spend shaving. He's not hairy enough.
Yeah, Vic would definitely know that you have to be initiated to be a werewolf. It's not
Yeah.
something you get from your parents unless they decide to bring you into the pack.
I'm
And it
guessing that's
really
relatively common, though.
sucks.
Yeah, I mean they normally would, but
Yeah.
I'll give him the once over with the sight as well, just to.
yeah, you think there's something there. There's something faintly magical about him. It's pretty faint.
Do you want to hear my little theory that I've got bubbling up in my mind?
Go for it.
I reckon the spirit of his dad is the one hunting them down.
Is this your one good idea each week that turns out to be absolutely spot on?
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon it's a vengeance, a ghost vengeance.
Can I look a little bit harder and actually try and work out what the magic is? What flavour it is?
You can nudge
Jeez.
me as well, and I can also have a look if you like.
Yeah, that'll be a law roll.
Would my magical theory specialisation kick in now?
Yeah, I think it would.
Oh yeah, I shan't bother looking.
17 good enough?
Yeah,
So,
two sixes. Wow.
Yeah, you think that he might just have the very beginnings of a glamour about him. Like he doesn't quite know what he's doing with it yet.
Ah,
Interesting.
so maybe he is big and not thin.
Right. Dare I? Yeah, because I like causing chaos.
You're
I
a
will-
college professor who likes to cause chaos.
I will put my hand in my pocket, palm one of my charms, walk up to him and slap hands to shake his hand. You know, I'm pleased to meet you, Mr. Asher, and try and counter magic the glamour.
Okay. You have to remember how counter magic works.
It's a law versus
Vic.
law rule.
Vic, do you wonder why he hasn't got any classes?
He's a student.
Not anymore.
The art of higher education is timetabling yourself to as few contact hours as possible.
Yeah, but you have 40 hours of office hours.
Okay, you're going to need a 9 to make this work.
14.
So yeah, the faint trace of glamour fizzles away. He doesn't really look much different afterwards. Maybe a little bit thinner.
He was glamouring himself to make himself look chunky. Okay, it's a choice.
Yeah. He is slightly less attractive now.
Right. Oh, well.
Has he noticed? Has anyone else noticed, more to the point, since we're supposed to be subtle?
It doesn't look like anyone else was particularly paying attention.
Just as well.
Well, see, Mr. Asher, I'm so glad to see you. We've been admiring your work. We'd like to talk to you about a potential commission.
Oh, really?
Yes. You were recommended to us. Beautiful line work with the spray can. It's quite uncanny.
Well, sure. Well, should we talk about it?
Yes, there's somewhere quiet we could talk. Away from, your fellow artistes, who I have to say have been looking with slight envious eyes at the potential that you're about to stumble upon. Want to get you into any trouble. Spiteful students can be.
We could go to the park.
Sorry, the pub?
The park.
Yes, the pub. That's fantastic. Excellent. I laugh, slap him on the shoulder and say, don't worry, I'm only joking. Let's go to the park then.
The park?
Yes, it's the outdoors, Samuel. It's
The green
trees
bit.
and grass.
Yeah, but it's fucking it's basically the middle of winter. Why don't we go to a pub? We get some lunch. We could get him some lunch. Would you like some lunch? I'm sure your Asda thing you can put in the fridge for later.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm not going to turn down a free meal.
To the pub then, even better. Right. So we'll cut to a pub.
Yeah, it's quite a fancy pub.
Yeah, and order some food and say to him, we were particularly drawn to you because our foundation that grants these commissions, we're a foundation that looks towards young artists that have had to face tragedy in their lives. And we've heard the tale of the death of your father, which we found, touching. So we thought we'd reach out to you and see if there's anything we could do.
Oh, you heard about that then? Yeah, I mean, I try not to make a big thing of it, but yeah, well, actually, everyone wants to talk about how I'm a success story because, yeah, not everyone from foster care makes out all right.
You were fostered. Well, of course you were
Yeah.
fostered.
Yeah, I was only 8.
Oh, what happened to your mum?
I never knew Mum. Dad wouldn't tell me anything.
Okay, well, that was sad. And your father was I mean, the reports of your father was a most unfortunate attack by some animals.
Yeah, dogs, they said it was.
In Bristol. The chances of that are so small and unfortunate. Then we must do something to help. Yes. Yes, but not. But as a success story, as a story of victory over the odds, rather than of sympathy because of what's happened before. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Yes.
So, what inspires your work then?
I can't say really, just things seem to come into my head.
I mean, do you think your father has inspired your work in any way?
Well, hard to say, it's been that long now.
Can I try and do empathy? Just is he? I'm trying to see. Is there any sense of anger in him, or is it just like somebody who lost their dad a long time ago and is feeling a bit sad about it?
Yeah, make an empathy roll.
I've got -2, but I've got +2 for investigator, so 0. I'll spend a point of will if it's needed.
Yeah.
Which it is. I'll bump that to 8.
Yeah, he's definitely not giving you the whole truth here. He's keeping things back.
Or any of the rest of us? I'll give it a go. I'm not doing very well on the empathy front, but let's give it a go. I got 8, but that's no better.
I have as much empathy as a corrupt politician,
Right.
so I'm not going to try.
Well, I believe we know, don't we? We've got it. So, I see your works. It's interesting. Sparkle, but metal sparkle. What? You say it comes to you, but what's the purpose behind it?
It's all about contrasts. And he launches off into a very long speech on the subject of art, which he's clearly extremely passionate about.
Right. Okay, well, that sounds fascinating.
So, the work we've got you to do, actually, I mean, this was happenstance, as it's to do with actually decorating motorbikes. Would that be a problem?
Oh no, Dad was a biker.
Yes, Revan. Yes, of course. So maybe tomorrow, if you could come to this address, and I will give him an address of, I don't know. But actually, our offices. Sorry. we could show you the machines and see what you thought you could do with them, and then we can talk about the level of grant that we can give.
So you said your dad was a biker. What kind of bike did he ride? Do you know?
Well,
I don't really remember. Yeah, got sold after he died. So
You haven't got a photo of him, have you? With the bike, because perhaps we could do something with the same bike with your decorations. It make good publicity for our charity.
oh yeah, that would be interesting. I've got some photos.
Could we have a look at them? Are they on your phone, or do we need?
Yeah,
do you need to get?
I'll email them.
That'd be brilliant. Thank you.
okay, well, I'll finish up my food and say it's been very nice to meet you, and hopefully we'll be able to do some great work, and maybe yes, reframe the narrative from child in looked after child to successful artiste. A true power in the artistic world. I can see it now. Yes. Very good.
Well, if that's everything, I've got lectures to get to.
No.
Well, finish your
Very
meal.
important.
I will cover the cost, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Great.
Yes.
We'll
Take
quickly
care.
leave and don't pay for the bill when he gets.
No, he's a
No,
student.
we
He
paid
is
them,
out of there.
So when he leaves, I say, okay. So
Hey,
our friend there was talking shite.
Yeah, but he's an art student. Doesn't that kind of go with the territory?
any thoughts on whether or not the mother could be hunting down this gang?
Well, it's interesting that we haven't heard anything about her. I mean, we must be able to look up the records of who she is.
I'm gonna be like, well, I'm surprised we haven't heard Dr. Moore bang on it's the Fae. Maybe his mother's the
I'm
Fae.
actually surprised at that too, but
The young boy does appear to have some glamour on him.
there it is.
What's
Was
glamour?
there glamour on his art as well?
No, the art looked just normal art.
What is glamour specifically just Fae magic?
No.
No, it's magic, I think. It's
Oh,
very
okay.
common, I think, among the Fae, but
By the way, good acting job, Kane. Because there is no way you would ever consider hiring somebody based on that art style.
Oh, good God, no. Good
Well,
God, no. The boy's not getting a penny.
well, yeah, obviously, because we don't work for a charitable foundation. But if he sends us the photos, we might be able to see whether his dad was a member of the biker gang, if he's wearing the regalia and driving the same type of motorcycle.
Indeed. We also may be able to have one of the werewolf gang there at the meeting, and see what happens when we put him in the close proximity to another one of the werewolf gang members. Just in case anything kicks off.
What could possibly go wrong?
It's the werewolf equivalent of walking the victim and the accused down the corridor and making them pass by each other when you can't do it. Yeah. I may not know much about graffiti, but I've seen lots and lots and lots of these television shows that Samuel likes so much. Murder mystery things.
Yeah, I know you like to pretend you don't watch the telly, but I've seen you.
I've never quite worked out the appeal of Gogglebox.
Do we
But I'm
think?
addicted.
I'm going to say so. Do we? So could he possibly be summoning his dad or something?
Well, I think it's definitely worth checking out the mum. So presumably the mum's on his birth certificate.
Sam, in your vision, did you saw the person? You said they were completely covered, but could you, if you were to take a guess, of the attacker, would you guess man, woman, or
Couldn't tell.
you just couldn't tell?
Couldn't tell.
We
I
did
could
ask
not
at
tell.
times, so
Okay. So
I mean,
we
the-
can't take it either off. All right.
What size were the footprints on the bank? Were they large or small? Given that we took a plaster cast of them.
So they were around a size 8 or 9.
So unlikely, but not impossible to be a woman.
Pretty
More likely
average,
at
though.
8 than 9. I mean, my feet are size 7, but mine tend to be slightly larger than most people of my height. But if it was a tall woman, could easily be an 8.
Good.
But it might be worth at least checking. And there may be family that's still in this area. I mean, there might be uncle, brothers of Kevin, or sisters, or other relatives. I'm going to have a general poke round the family tree and also see if I can get access to the records to find out the mother. So I'm going to go to the nearest, well, probably the internet, to be
You
honest.
can do it all online.
Exactly.
Ancestry.com.
Well, yeah. Just generally poke around and, if necessary, involve P division in accessing records. But
I mean, there's no way. The mother's got to be involved somewhere on the birth certificate, right? Unless he was. Unless she wasn't born in an hospital.
it seems likely that he must have some ID. So either we're going to discover it's fake or dubious, or we're going to discover who's on his birth certificate, even if we can't then track her down afterwards.
Doing some research there, so it's going to be an education role.
I'm not doing it.
I am this time with Bookworm.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you get a little discouraged by your last roll on education, James?
Yes.
Well, with all my bonuses, I still only got 8.
That's still better than my 1.
Yeah, given I have +4.
Did
pretty
you
rubbish.
Did you take the bonus XP as well?
I
Earlier?
didn't. I will add it at the end when we're doing XP,
Alright,
because
okay.
it will push me into having a skill point, so it's just
Woohoo.
easier to do it all at once, because it pushes me from 14 to 15.
Sorry.
Do I
Success.
get? Yep.
So, yeah, you are able to pull up some information on Kevin's family tree. Yeah, you have got Martin listed as his father, deceased as expected.
Mhm.
Grandparents died before Kevin was born.
Right.
Kevin's
not
birth
being-
certificate is a bit of an oddity, though. There is no mother listed.
That is super weird. I didn't even think that was possible. Had Martin adopted Kevin then?
It would appear that Martin definitely is Kevin's father. You managed to find some information saying that basically he found Kevin, but DNA testing proved that he is the father.
Okay. So left on his doorstep by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, it really is about.
I think this is your moment now,
Yes.
isn't it,
I
Kane?
was waiting for you to jump in.
It's like,
Kane, do you have anything to say about babies being left on people's doorstep?
well,
With the gla-
hello there, my little changeling friend.
I'll walk over to the bookshelf and start reaching for the door of books. A book of doors, I mean.
Doors.
Bring me the book. Yes, he sounds a changeling. Still doesn't make him our killer, but it does make him very interesting.
That's true.
So changeling, what does that mean? Well, if you take a popular role-playing game, Changeling is the broad name of the fairies, right?
Yeah.
But is it a changeling is a child that's been changed, or is it some? Because sometimes don't they take children and leave a duplicate that isn't human back?
Indeed, yes.
It can be, but given that it's actually been shown by DNA to be Martin's son, it's more likely that he had an affair with a non-mortal or woman.
Sometimes the fae will take a mortal child and bring them up in the fae realms, thus, them growing with magic. And sometimes they leave fae children with mortals for reasons known only to the fae. So this could be a fae child that's been brought up as a mortal, or a mortal child who was brought up as fae. Or, as you say, it could be quite literally a half fae, half human.
Well, I mean, it at least has his DNA, according to the stories about it that I've found. Presumably he had to go through an adoption process.
What did you notice about the glamour you stopped on him? I wonder
It was
if he was
weak.
hiding the...
It was very weak, and it was the sort of, if your first ever glamour spell is probably going to be to make you look better than you actually are.
Is it something he could have done subconsciously, or is it
paranormal tummy tuck?
Is it possible he was hiding something with his glamour, like you don't, akin to you not having a shadow?
It's a possibility, but I didn't notice anything.
But
we'll see when we meet him tomorrow. I'll see whether the glamour's back.
Yeah, we weren't looking for it.
I can look too, but you're more likely to spot it than I am.
When we meet him tomorrow, but this is a very
I'm assuming that Martin doesn't have any brothers or sisters. He's an only child.
Yeah, he's an only child.
Yeah.
So, okay, why would... So we're sort of establishing that the boy Kevin is related to the fae. His father
might be a werewolf.
Was murdered by a werewolf pack. We know this to be true because it's that same werewolf pack we are presuming came up to Northampton to lie low and go drop off the radar after they'd done something unspeakably bad. But we've assumed that was unspeakably bad in the mortal world.
Oh, so
not unspeakably bad in the liminal world. Now, I'm conjuring an idea here that actually the boy, it's finding out who the mother is going to be the critical thing to this, because I am having strange notions that Kevin may be fae royalty and maybe I don't know. I'm bemused. I think
it's also going to be very interesting to see if Martin, if we can get photos of him, whether he was part of the same gang and has been targeted as someone who left the gang or tried to leave the gang, or whether it sounds like Kevin was pretty young, so it could even be as a result of his dalliance with the fae, if they're werewolves. Maybe that's what they did to offend him, is that he got involved with the fae as a werewolf. I don't know.
But then, yes. Martin gets involved. So, when was the boy adopted? No, he was put into foster care. He wasn't. Yes, so you say
No, but he must have been initially adopted by Martin when the mother brought him back, assuming that's what happened. And then when Martin was killed, then Kevin ended up in the foster system.
So what we're presuming is that a fae mother gave the child to the mortal father.
Yeah.
Mortal / werewolf, potentially.
Yeah.
Then disappeared back to the fae realm. The father was then punished by the werewolf community for having some interaction with the fae and fathering a child, potentially, between werewolf and fae.
Except that he's a bit too old, isn't he? If he's a student, he must be about 18.
Yeah, 10 years later. So yes, it's taken.
So he would have been 8 when
yes. But it could be that this vendetta has taken some time to propagate. Yeah. And then the people who perpetuated the murder are now being murdered themselves by, from what Samuel said, not what Samuel drew, a sort of almost mythic style biker, tall, strong, full helmet, the Stig, as it was described.
But he could be glamoured.
Which might explain the use of a spear. However, it doesn't explain the sabotaging of a bike, which is a sort of thing that you wouldn't expect a fae assassin to do. All of this, of course, is complete. But it does mean that, yes, it does all come back to the fae of it.
I've got a theory. Do you want to hear my little theory?
Yeah, go for it.
For once, yes.
So what happens if Martin had an affair with a princess who was betrothed to someone else, right? Betrothed to another fae, which is what was done. That was like so heinous that he was murdered. But when she became of age and maybe took power or whatever, I don't know how it works in the fae world, but you know, royalty dies in this world, and then the princess becomes the queen or whatever, and then she decides, right, I want to,
off with his head.
Off with the people that murdered my actual true love. Off with the head with my true lover who was murdered by said werewolves.
But as you say, that works. But it does seem a bit odd that more mundane methods of killing have been used. That's what's really weird about it.
I think we may have an in here. We don't know about this, but we do know somebody who does. I walk over to the fridge, grab a pot of cream, walk outside, open up the shed, grab a Bogart. Come on, my friend. Right. Hello.
Is that cream?
It's very much cream. It's an entire pot of cream all to yourself.
Yeah, so some drooling occurs.
No, not on the carpet. No, it's already soggy once today. Right. You're going to answer me some questions, and then we give you the cream.
Got it.
Right. So, what circumstances might lead to a fair child being left with a human, what we would call colloquially a changeling? Why would it happen? Cream.
Oh, cream. Yes. Oh, some fairies don't like looking after babies. Just don't have the knack for it, you know.
Okay.
Especially some of the scary ones.
And
you won't catch the slewer queen looking after a baby.
No, not unless she wanted to barbecue it later or something like that. And what what's apart from just being a particularly useless parent, what connection to the child does the fae maintain? Do they just get rid of it and never think of it again, or is it something that they'd watch over, or protect maybe with a summoned killer spirit or something like that?
Well, it depends on the fairy, doesn't it? I say Slur Queen wouldn't care unless they happen to be nearby with a soul to pick up. But so some of the others, they might be a bit more protective.
Right.
You're more guardian type.
Right, so they might be a little bit more protective. And they are going to maybe keep an eye. I think we could be onto something here.
I still don't get why you wouldn't just use magic to kill the werewolves. I mean, apart from anything else, wouldn't they want them to be scared?
I'll give the boggart the cream. There you go. If you'd be a good boggart, you could share it with your friend.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this boggart is not sharing.
Carry him back and throw him in the shed. Say, don't use magic because magic can be counterspelled. It's very difficult to counterspell a chest full of spear.
I mean, it seems, I don't know, it seems weirdly mortal, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just not sure they'd think about altering a motorbike. Seems very
It's particularly
non-magical.
specific, isn't it? It's one of those ones where all the clues point in one direction, except for that one clue that makes you think, no, we've missed something here.
Well, should we see if we can see some photos of the dad and the bike to see if he was part of the gang originally or not, or a rival gang? That might tell us something.
I might be able to, if I do see a photo, I might be able to see if it's roughly the same build, right?
What we think a ghost. I
You
really
get
do. I
some-
just want to see the father.
Yeah, you do get the promised photos emailed across.
And is there a bike or regalia that seems to match the gang or be slightly different?
Yeah, the picture of him, he is on the same brand of bike.
And
He doesn't have any tattoos, but there
Right.
are some patches on his arms that look like he might have had a tattoo lasered off at some point.
okay, so it does look like he left the gang then.
Yeah, there's a pretty strong family resemblance between him and Kevin as well.
What about his build? What about clothing he's wearing? Does it match the image? Does it match the person that stabbed me?
It does not.
Bollocks.
So
Yes, he's not a particularly intimidating build as werewolves go.
okay, so he was a
Very
member
good
of
looking though.
yeah. He'd have to be if he was involved with the Fae.
Yeah,
Well, look,
quite a lot more so than Kevin.
it's probably getting a bit late, and really we've got not, until we get more data, we've got nothing to go on here much. So why don't we sleep on it and arrange for one of the gang to be here, and then we'll be able to see how Kevin reacts, how they react to him, and moreover, I'll be able to have a better, now that I know what I'm looking for, a better attempt at trying to see what sort of magic he's got, and maybe even read the signature of the magic and be able to sort of cross-reference it with what we know about other Fae stuff.
I mean, he could still be instigating the revenge, couldn't he? So maybe he's met up with his mother now, and between them they're doing it, because he may know about motorbikes.
But I think at the moment we're literally, we're making theories up with
Yeah,
just the bits we've got. It's a bit Meccano-like.
theorizing ahead of our data or whatever.
Yeah.
Should we wait to do the walk past then?
Yeah.
I'm assuming, are we going to invite the alpha or hope that we get one of the lower? I mean, do we make it
Want
sound
the
like
alpha.
important or something unimportant? Because do we want an underpowered werewolf?
Well, why don't we get the alpha to come over here so that we can talk about how we can maybe arrange, like, try to protect the memorial?
Right, yeah.
How we
Okay.
could ward it and things like that to stop something from happening again. And obviously Kevin's coming over to talk about the non-existent grant that he's not going to get.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going for the alpha, are we? Not one of the minions.
Here, why not?
Well, because, you know, they've beaten off the other 5 members of the pack. Okay.
Well, to be honest, we're probably going to get all of them anyway. They're a family, and they're in danger.
Let's see. Okay, well, this could be interesting.
Right. So the next morning, yep, you hear the roar of motorbikes.
Oh, I live. Thank God.
You were worried?
Yeah, I thought they were going to come and kill me during the night.
That we should be so lucky.
No.
You know that's not true, Kane.
I know. And if I don't get at least one thing in before my bacon sandwich in the morning, things would be wrong, wouldn't they?
I think it will be useful to have someone, possibly Sam, whoever. Basically, we also want to see how Kevin reacts to the bikes, because he'll recognize those bikes. So we need someone outside to see what happens when he first arrives.
All right, I'll stand outside.
Congratulations, Sam. You are now our greeter.
But is Sam, I mean, if Sam hides, he can, which he's much better at, frankly, then we can see what his reaction is when he does and doesn't know that he's being watched.
Do you want me to film it as well while I'm at it?
It's up to you. I trust your word.
All right. I will hide Sue, so I can see when Kevin approaches the office.
You'd like to make a stealth roll to see how well hidden you are?
Watch me fuck this roll. Okay.
You've had plenty of time to think about where to hide, though.
Stealth. Do I get any additional bonuses?
Yeah, I think you've got some abilities that will add on to this.
Well, it's just.
He also
sneaky.
knows this area really, really well.
But yeah, your sneaky ability will give you a +2.
All right, is that it?
Yep.
A 17.
Oh my God, nobody can see you. We can't even see you, and we know where you are.
Yeah, there is
Did
no
you
way.
send Sam home?
There is absolutely
Yes,
no way anyone is spotting you now.
Yes, that Sam has opened up a hole in reality and passed through into another realm. Again, that we should be so lucky.
I can hear you.
He too has become a ghost. Right, now that we know that Sam's, I don't know, trapped in the 5th dimension, I will wait outside for them to arrive.
So yeah, 2 motorbikes show up. It's the Alpha and one of the others.
Honestly, I'm impressed it wasn't all 5.
They don't even spot me. Ha ha ha! Pricks.
Yeah,
They wave at you.
they're completely oblivious to Sam's presence.
We offer them a cup of tea and just.
And not a transport cafe.
I offer him a beer.
Yeah, they take the beer.
There we go. See?
And I guess we're just waiting. So we're just going to get them to ask them about the memorial and if there's anyone else we should contact that's family or while waiting for Kevin to show up. Because we really want to see how he reacts when he doesn't think he's being watched.
They're all pretty firm that they are family and there's no one else
Yeah.
that needs talking to. And then Kevin arrives a bit later because he's had to get the bus. He was equally oblivious to Sam's presence.
Good. I hope so.
Is he glamoured again?
Well, first of all, how does he react to the bikes, if at all? I mean, he might not even notice them.
Yeah, he does notice the bikes. He looks pretty surprised, but then there was a mention of motorbikes.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't tag the bikes.
Is he glamoured again?
Yes, he is.
Right. I'm not going to try and strip him this time. I'm going to try and identify using my fae speciality whether I can work out the sort of the telltale magical signatures of what sort of fae it is, or any lineage or anything like that.
And I'm also going to look, but without any expectation of finding out more, but just on the off chance.
And as he does that, he's gonna. Dr. Moore's going to look through his book of I can't even say the fucking word.
$14.
Yeah. Competent, but not as good. So I got 9.
Yeah, this feels a little on the unusual side. This is the kind of thing that you'd feel is more what you get from northern fairies. To find it this far south seems unusual.
When you mean northern fairies, do you mean Scottish fairies?
Quite possibly Scottish.
Oh, Jesus.
It doesn't feel like catchy, though.
Are we talking Winter King Court style fairies?
You're definitely talking something on the far more aggressive end of the fairy scale.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
And we've just dumped one into a room full of werewolves.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Which, to be fair, isn't doing my theory of vengeful mother any bad at all.
No.
But yeah, and now let's see what happens when Kevin meets the werewolves.
So you'll have noticed now that you've seen a picture of Martin that Kevin does seem to be, well, even if not consciously, using the glamour to make himself look more like his dad.
Right.
Which is, of course, understandable. His dad was very good looking and Kevin is not.
Which is unusual considering his lineage, but okay.
Right. Does he have any reaction? Do the werewolves have any reaction?
He absolutely has a reaction. He looks very, very surprised to see them and maybe a little scared.
And how about them?
They have an initial look of surprise, but that seems to go away quite fast.
Okay, so they thought it was Martin at first.
Yeah, that would be a reasonable assumption, yes.
Okay. I'm going to, since we are supposedly just walking them past each other, I'm going to take Kevin off to a different room because I guess we really only wanted to see the reaction unless other people want to see how it plays out. Okay,
No,
so,
I'm quite happy with what I've got there.
so I just take him off and say, oh, get him to fill in a form or something that we've created. More admin. Get him to sign it. But I'm intrigued just to see whether he asks any questions.
So he does ask her. So those two, is it their bikes I'd be working on?
Potentially, we've been talking to various bikers in the area. Why? Do you know them?
No, just it's the same bike that my dad used to ride.
Oh, yeah. Well, you sent us the photos, so we did some investigating, and they're the gang that we thought might be interested in working with us.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And then I think I'm just going to get him to fill in some fake paperwork. Unless anyone's got anything else they want to do, I guess send him on his way.
I'm still hiding.
Yeah, I'm just slightly worried now that we've. But can I text Sam and get Sam to just follow him back and check none of the gang follow him?
Okay, I think given that Sam has effectively disappeared from the visible realm,
Sure, God could
we
find.
don't need
Sam
another
right
role to
now.
follow him.
Okay.
All right, I'll follow him all the way home if that's okay.
Yep.
Did you say you want another role?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that 17 covers quite a lot.
Now, if you try to steal his pants from him that he's wearing, then you're probably going to need another role.
The bus driver doesn't even see me get on the bus.
So the implication about the bikes was that the bikes were that was the sort of bike my dad used to ride, but we were implied to start off with that it was just a Harley, wasn't it? There wasn't anything special about him. He wasn't a member of their gang, was he?
Sorry, who? Ash.
Martin.
Martin was a member of their gang. We're fairly sure.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Because he has the lasered off tattoos and is riding the same bike and seems to be wearing rough. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but it seems likely. That was our working theory anyway.
Oh, I totally missed that. The lasered off tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. So
He
someone who
tried
chose to
the
leave.
gang,
Yeah.
and he'd left the gang to be with the faerie.
Yeah.
And they killed him for it. It's Rawengi. It's certainly fair Rawengi. It's definitely about the fair. I'm not going anywhere near the Northern Fair. Thank you.
We owe a favor to Nan.
We really do.
You are.
Right.
So where do we go from here?
So do I see anything on while I'm shadowing Kevin?
He is spending the whole of the journey back on his phone. He seems to be searching for stuff if you're peering over his shoulder, which I assume you are. You'll see he is looking stuff up about the Western Wolves and their members.
Okay.
Interesting that he's not looking stuff up about us, but it's definitely the wolves he's interested in.
Interesting that he knew the Western Wolves just by looking at them.
I'm going to remain on his tail for a while.
He heads back to the university.
Not going to stop me getting in.
Yeah, he is just resuming normal student type things,
Okay. All right. Well, then
going to
Well,
lectures.
once he starts going back to lectures, I will peel off and head back to the office.
So,
Actually, before, do I want to do? I might try and steal his phone. Do I want to do that? I'll text. I'll send a text going, should I steal his phone?
Well, if it is the Fae, they're unlikely to be in contact via the phone.
Oh, okay.
But if it isn't the Fae, then I mean, I guess it might be a way of trying to find out whether, I don't know. If it's the Fae, I can't imagine they're texting him.
All right. I just wanted to see what actually like his internet history. But all right, I'll head back
away
to
from a life of larceny.
I'll head back to the office.
Right.
So we think he tried to leave the gang, possibly because of his affair with Kevin's mum. The gang killed him for it, potentially.
Yeah.
And this is revenge. But why now? Is it because he's turned 18? Is that significant?
What's his date of birth? When was he 18?
Well, we were looking stuff up about him. Has he just had a birthday or anything recently?
Yeah, he's turned 18 quite recently and has only been at university for a short time.
Roughly within the same time as the biker started to die.
When I get back to the office, I'm gonna lean on my drive, and be like, well, I followed him all the way back. He didn't react any differently. Here's some video evidence. I've recorded. I've recorded his reaction when he came in.
Well done, Samuel.
I hope that helps.
Yes, we understand. You've done good work, and I've got to tell the patron that so that we can chip off another part of your debt. One day you'll do this work altruistically for the furtherment of mankind, instead of just like some sort of pay-as-you-go thing at your local Lidl.
Well, I've got to recover my fucking wheel somehow. Can I roll? Can I roll, Sue?
Yep.
Oh, what? 3? Well, better than nothing. That puts me up to 5.
Armor.
So, I mean, if the werewolf gang did do this, then clearly they know they did it. So we could try and persuade the gang to cough up the information that they know about Martin's other half, assuming that they didn't know, or that they know why he left. Because I think Vic said they were looking a bit shifty about reasons.
Yeah, they weren't exactly fully forthcoming.
So obviously they know more than they're telling us. It seems possible that Kevin knows more than he's telling us as well, although that may be less true.
No, they really didn't like when I had talked about 10 years ago. Did you notice how much they dodged the question?
Right. So we could try and lean on them, but that may not get us anywhere anyway.
No.
Or we could, I mean, I don't know how we investigate a 10-year-old ex-affair.
Well, I guess we have to find out. Maybe we have to go to the Fae realm.
Yeah, but that's not as easy. I mean, if we could do that, then I mean, it's not going to be that straightforward. I mean, I don't know whether it's worth trying to invest. investigate in Bristol, whether anyone knew anything there or whether that's just going to be a dead end. I mean, were P Division involved with a dog attack sounds exactly like the excuse we'd come up with for a werewolf attack. I mean, did P Division have records of this guy's death?
Order of St. Bede would do the same thing.
I think those are excellent questions for next time.
Oh yeah, shit.
So it seems like a good point to pause and do some experience points.
Woohoo.
So Charlie is getting one for that critical fumble earlier.
Yay.
And experience points you wish you didn't have.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you know, if I'd got 3, it would have been just as bad, really. But
So the first question, have you learned something new about the hidden world?
Yes. Did you want us to say what we've learned?
Yep.
There's different fae realms. Oh, we learned that last time, didn't we? We sort of.
well,
Hey, the Western Wolves or whatever they're called, they're
they're a
actually
local pack,
werewolf
aren't they? So
gang.
Try not to speak at the same time.
sorry. Go for it, Vic.
The Western Wolves are actually a pack of werewolves, which my character probably knew, but Ryan, the player, did not. I don't know how you want to count that, but that probably will work for the other 3.
Well, they're a local group, and we now know who their alpha is.
I think you learned something about changelings as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've learned that the potentially fae that operate from the Winter King's court end of the country operate quite far south, which I didn't realise previously. And now that terrifies me even more than the werewolves do.
Well, it also suggests that the mother might have been running away from her own court.
Terrified.
But yeah, I think I've learnt a bit more about our local werewolf population and a bit about changelings. And boggarts don't share, but I could have guessed that.
I also learned that I could suffer a traumatic experience through the eyes of the person who was suffering the traumatic experience. I assumed it was going to just be bird's eye view or something, you know, not something so horrific. Remind me not to do that ever again.
I did warn you.
I think you've all got that experience point. Next one is, have you advanced your crew's goal?
As we were working with P Division and picking up the slack of stuff that they really didn't have the ability to do, then we are quite literally actually, no, sorry, ignore that. You can cut that out, James. I'll just shut up now. That was the drive from my campaign at home. So,
No, we're trying to keep the hidden world hidden. I mean, we're collaborating with P Division to keep things under the radar, I guess. But I don't know if that's enough.
I'm going to say yes, because I want the experience. It's very, well, it's not really like you have to do so much, right? As long as you're working towards the goal, it's a yes, or, I guess it's yes or no. It's not maybe.
P Division found the body
No, they didn't.
Yeah, well, somebody in the police found it and pulled in.
No, they were told by the spirit.
Oh yeah.
So B Division grabbed the body. How's that? We pulled it, did the autopsy, and we've actually been keeping it more or less hidden. So the standard police are not involved. Because if the regular police were involved, that would be very bad for keeping the hidden world hidden.
A body in the condition of the one you found, that would be all over the papers if
Yeah.
anyone normal found out about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well argued, Ryan.
You're welcome.
So we'll say yes for question 2. But you have not concluded your current case yet.
We have not.
But have you learned something new and important about your crew or one of its members?
Kane can jog.
Well, I've I've learned that that Sam's gift can be truly terrifying to him, which up till now I hadn't seen.
And I've seen Charlie doing her actual real job type thing, and I find it utterly inspiring how thorough forensically she's able to do these things, when I just thought she was like the dog groomer, really, and actually isn't as really skilled. So I'm like, oh, okay.
I've learned that Dr. K. Moore's definitely more experienced in the research side of things and understands how that works, rather than my attempt at going to a library.
You've learned why he's got that job as the Professor of Paranormal Studies.
I don't completely understand why he's got that job, but yeah.
You learned about yourself that you really barely know what a library is.
He was legit.
Is that a yes? I think so.
Yeah. Well, I think you learned yourself a bit
Can I
more
count
about
as
how your
myself?
gift works. Well,
Can I count
you
myself?
Are one of the crew's members. So.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
And real life, think about it. Every time you push a limit of your own, you're going to learn something about yourself. Pain's a good thing. It reminds you you're doing something stupid.
I got a skill point.
Me too.
What else?
Me too.
What else? And what else do I get? We get something else at level 50, like a third skill point.
You get a skill point and you get an advancement point as well. So you get to do add a trait or whatever.
Yeah, I got to think about that.
Yeah,
I'm
me
gonna have a
too.
look at our assets, because I wanna make our club a bit much better.
Okay, so I need to add. So 4 for me because of the failure.
Is that it?
That's it for experience questions.
Cool. Right, let's do some shout outs. So we'll start with Neil.
Hi, I'm Neil again, and you can catch me on Twitter at Vodka Shock. And if you want to read my musings and be informed about how slowly I'm writing Duty and Honor version 2, you can look at omnihedron.co.uk.
Thank you. Sue?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter or Blogspot as Savage Spiel. My new game, Matrons of Mystery, will be coming out as soon as I figure out how to upload things to Drive Through RPG. And I also have a YouTube channel. And I will eventually get around to making the next video in the series.
It's good. I enjoyed your not vampire, but vampire one. What's vampire? No, what's it called? What's that really bad RPG you reviewed on it?
Oh, Wraithu.
Yeah, that was enjoyable. It's worth a watch.
I had some fun with that one.
Other than that, if you haven't already checked out my stuff, do consider joining the Discord if you haven't done so already. Link will be in the description or somewhere on the screen. Somewhere you'll be able to find a link to the Discord. You'll find all these lovely people in the Discord. Twitter is the best place to see when I'm going live, or if I'm doing something, I'll be tweeting about it. Good place to just click a follow and and then you just Just watch out for me posting that I'm going live. Facebook, if you don't use Twitter. Not everyone uses Facebook. And then YouTube is where all the VODs go. So if you've missed any episodes, that's the best place to go and watch all the VODs. They're all edited. All the ums and ahs are cut out as much as possible. All the over talking is cut out as much as possible. All the coughing and clearing the throats are cut out as much as possible. And all the I coughed as well. And all the dead air is cut out. So you might see us jumping around the screen a bit, but the audio should flow still quite naturally. So just close your eyes and listen. If jump cuts make you hurt. But other than that, I'd like to thank the players for playing. Thank you guys. It was very enjoyable. And I'd like to thank especially Sue for running the game. Obviously, we wouldn't have a game without Sue. Thank you very much, Sue.
Thank you all for playing.
Yes, so
Thanks.
Other than that, we're going to shoot off because people are fucking knackered because they've been out and about all weekend. So, we will see you next time. So long.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't forget, you can support me on Patreon over at patreon.com/JamesCorp. And also get your name here in the credits. I'd like to thank Eric Sherpa, Weefs, Orcus Dorcas, Matt Jones, Mike Nudd, Ludovic, Giuseppe, and J-Wall. Thank you very much for your continued support. Most appreciated. Bye.